Why so glum, Ryan?
I'm actually not glum.
I said why so glum, Ryan? You could tell old Santa Claus.
I'm just a little glum because this woman, Lily Phillips, beat my friend Danny Polishuk's record of sleeping with 100 men.
That's obviously not true. Tell me, what's actually
that's what it is. It's a Lily Phillips thing. That's why I'm glum.
Oh, what the fuck are you doing? Can you stop the music, please? Look, the line is, you wanted Justin Trudeau out, and I say, I might give you a Christmas miracle.
I told you I don't want to do your crappy Justin Trudeau sketch. I told you this via email.
All right, I'm getting really sick of you sabotaging this podcast. Plus, I spent $3,500 renting this costume, okay?
Yes, fine.
So,
okay, let's do your crappy Trudeau sketch.
No, you don't want to.
No, let's put it out there for the world to see.
No,
you desperately need it.
Okay, fine. Ho, 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 why so glum, Ryan?
I'm just glum right now because my friend Danny Polishuk's mom's been flying around New York and everyone thinks it's a drone.
All right, this. Christmas is canceled.
The boys.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The lads.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The dudes.
Prepare yourself for BOYSCAST.
The bros.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The homies.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The dudes.
Experience the BOYSCAST.
The boys. Cast.
And the BOYSCAST Christmas special.
La 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 la.
The birth of a man that Danny killed. I guess not you personally, but you're happy he's dead.
Hey man, you wouldn't get all these sick gifts if it wasn't.
I was thinking, you know how people go to Israel and they put a message in the wall?
Yeah.
Do you think anyone puts "get bitches, chase money"?
Some people do. Yeah.
What do you think? I guess everyone puts "get money," but
Yeah.
what do people put in the walls? Is it a prayer?
Prayers, yeah. You know, when I went, I was a little like edgelord.
Things that they want?
I was a little edgelord
What did you do,
kid,
you dirty
and
bitch?
I can't remember what I put exactly, but it was like something like literally, I was like such a little fucking
Get my dick wet.
14-year-old like edgelord, and I was just like, there is no God, and then I put it in the wall. This is like, because I was listening to like George Carlin a lot, and like I legitimately put like, this is a fucking scam, and everybody's like, there's no way you're gonna put it in the wall. I'm like, watch me.
What? You're smoking a cigarette?
I was smoking cigs.
The cape
I
on?
was smoking cigs, yeah.
There's no way Danny Polishuk's gonna put that in the wall.
Yeah, he goes, no way.
Watch me. And then you
Yeah.
spit on the thing.
Yeah.
Roll it up.
Grease it up.
You smoke a little bit first.
Yeah. It's just like,
My family gets together without me because I live here now, and there was a beat on the street that they were fucking getting into about politics.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, it's gotten to kin. And my brother messaged me and he said
why, you saw some Trudeau supporters in the family?
oh yeah, it's 50-50. Well, I'd say yeah, a few people are diehards. Yeah, on the extended, definitely.
Crazy.
Yeah, they ride or die for him a little bit. So apparently people were getting into it a little bit.
Huh?
So it could heat up when I go back.
Yeah.
We don't do my favorite one was we don't to move on from Christmas, but I feel like my favorite was still that there was about 3 or 4 years in a row where me and my family, we didn't really it was like my parents were divorced, and then my dad would go to like his wife's house, and me and my brothers would go half a day at my mom's, and then she would go to, so we didn't really have anywhere to go because they would be at their like respective spouses' parents or whatever.
Sure.
And we didn't have time, so basically me and my brothers and my dad just met up in a parking lot.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me.
Yeah, and then we pulled the trunks up together in this weird parking lot, and then we exchanged the gifts where it's like without even opening them, we just took one. Like I had a present that I just put in my dad's trunk. He had a present he put in my trunk, and then we just put them from different trunks.
Like a drug deal, basically.
Like a drug deal without even opening it. We all just like went our separate ways.
That's good shit. That's good shit right there.
Everyone in the Long family gives each other boxing gloves too. It's just all boxing gloves every year.
You got boxing gloves again.
Yeah, it's so
How did
obvious.
you know?
Everyone has the wrapped up boxing gloves, so it's so obvious.
It's not a loose glove.
No, the glove and wrapping paper.
Yeah, but it's like loose, just wrapped.
Oh shit. Okay, so
You got the stick though. You got the stick in the.
it's just a hockey stick. Yeah, hockey sticks going in each person's car.
With the wrapped hockey stick. You go, I wonder what this is.
So we have another. Well, I don't know if I don't think it was the first one, but we have a female shooter.
I think it's as far as I know, maybe I'm wrong, but the first cisgender female.
Well, there was a couple trans.
It was the
then
transgender one.
There was also a couple. There was the woman that went to shoot up the female church, and then she had 0 kills. And the joke was, we were saying it was MacGruber style.
Yeah.
You know, and it's one of those things. You know what I was thinking? with this female school shooter shit. You know when we talk about the black comics that are just like, they'll never have a black president, never ever, and then they have to go, they'll never have a black vice president, never ever, and then they have then they go down those shit. Yeah. But they ain't never gonna have a black speaker in the house. That's me with the female school shooters.
What? There's never gonna be a black.
I've had multiple jokes about how there's never female school shooters.
No.
I'm the guy. I'm on record being like, you never ever you'll go see a sister shoot up a school.
Yeah,
now the brothers be shooting schools up, but the sisters be at home being like, which school? I can't decide. I guess I just do not go.
Yeah. I'll stay home and do my crocheting.
I'll stay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hey man, this is a first.
And you know the brothers, they be shooting up schools because they be getting, girls ain't be fucking them and sucking they dicks and shit.
Yeah.
Whereas
she's
women,
kind of incel-y too.
they be shooting up. Women be shooting up schools. I don't know if you read her thing.
It's her parents.
Well, you didn't. You only read the first manifesto. The second manifesto just said it's that time of the month over and over and over and over.
Just blood smeared on it.
Blood smeared all
Just
over
written
again.
in her period blood.
Well, she had 2 manifestos. One of them was written 2 days before, and she was like feeling good, nothing out of the ordinary. And then the one when she was on her period. And then she started writing a thing being like, I will not live in a world where Birkin bags are out of price range for people like me.
Hey.
I
I can feel her pain, man.
She goes, this is some bullshit in this new world where women have to work. Now I got to fucking reach for my wallet. Yeah, I'll tell you what. You want me? So the sisters, they be shooting up schools because people want them to be reaching for their wallet and shit. Talking about equality, talking about pop.
Yeah. You think there'll be copycats?
This is
It's like such not a girl thing.
well, this is a copycat.
Yeah.
Because but you mentioned she was copying the other shooters.
Well, how is it? Well, no, she was just a female school shooter.
Yeah, but she paid like
homage to
in her
the
thing. She paid
Columbine.
homage to the goat. She was
Yeah. She was really, and she like had an account on some like website called Watch People Die or something, where you can just watch people die. She was just really into that shit.
You know what? Speaking of,
She's real in her feelings for 15-year-old. Listen, like reading the thing, you go, yeah, if you gave it 5 years.
A lot of it, there was a lot of screw you dads in there.
A lot of like, fuck my parents.
But speaking of, just reminded me of this because do you see Will Smith? He's doing like concerts now again.
No.
So Will Smith is like, he's doing like rap concerts, I guess.
Okay.
But in the thing, it's always so, I know Will Smith was a rapper, but it's always so weird to me when he does rappy stuff because he seems like such a clean cut guy.
Yeah.
And then he's out there being
Is
like,
he playing all the hits though? Like parents just don't understand.
he's playing the hits, but he's walking around like addressing things y'all been saying about me.
Oh.
But he's using the voice, right? So he's like he's like code switching, I guess you'd call it, right? But he does a whole thing where he gets up there and he was just like, now, Big Willie Styles got to be addressing something that you've been saying. Yo, nah, y'all people been have your fun saying I be hanging with Diddy and shit. But nah, you done went too far. Big Willie Styles ain't never been no Diddy party. It was making me laugh saying that. Jada Pinkett Smith never missed a party. Jada Pinkett Smith on the other hand.
Been to several parties.
Big Willie Styles never missed a party. Jacob Pinkett Smith, on the other hand, she never.
Didn't
comes
take
home.
me as her +1.
She comes home walking funny 3 days later.
I know it's tough to be.
Anyways, I just always think it's so.
What kind of
fun.
venues is he playing? Big
He's
one?
playing big. Well, he's a big star.
Well,
man.
he's the biggest movie star in the world.
Yeah, I would 1,000. If Will Smith was playing fucking New York, I would 1,000% go.
I would not.
What? That'd be so fun.
I don't want to go see Will Smith.
Getting jiggy with it.
No. Yeah, get jiggy with his
Wild Wild West, Miami,
Yeah.
the Fresh Prince theme
Oh,
song.
Wild West is a banger.
Yeah, Wicked Wild, Jim West, Desperado, Rough Rider. No, you don't want none of this.
Yeah.
Gunning this, brother, running this. Buffalo Soldier, told just like I told you. Telling me you wouldn't want.
It is a banger.
Wouldn't want that cranking in the headphones. I'd be going crazy. And then I'd be like, I would be at the thing. I'd be getting jazzed up. I go, yeah. And if anyone says he went to Diddy party, you're gonna have to go through Ryan Law. I'll be getting fucking jazzed. Anyway,
Yeah.
I digress. This is me doing my black voice got me thinking of Will Smith because he sounds like me doing my black voice.
Sure, yeah. Well, that's like I think that was like when he would really hype it up on Fresh Prince, you know, like when he would try to do like a
because I think he doesn't like he hates the idea that people think he's kind of like not a street dude.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to you're not a street dude anymore.
But I do get it because he's like people like it bothers him that people think he's like a poser or whatever, and he was like, oh, you think?
I honestly find it hard to believe he didn't go to one Diddy party, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. Actually, what was his quote? He said, I can't find it.
That might legitimately hurt him when it turns out that he did go to multiple Diddy parties.
I ain't never been to no damn freak off. So he says damn though.
Yeah, but he didn't say
he still has like.
So he basically is like, just to be clear, I've been to Diddy parties. I didn't stay around for the freak off.
I ain't even like baby oil. That's what he said. Jada Pinkett Smith, on the other hand,
big baby oil kind of soup.
She drinks that shit like fine wine. She has it aged to perfection. Anyways, that's the Diddy thing. Okay, back to the school shooter.
Yeah.
So that's me, though. That's me with the female school shooter, because I've been on record being like, you ain't never had a female school shooter. And now, not only do we have a female school shooter, this one's got kills on her hands.
She's straight.
She's straight?
That's the craziest part. Is that she's like not gay.
The Manifesto has a lot of fuck you dad in it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Her parents got divorced multiple times. Lot of just, you know, this is not my parents' fault. I hate everybody. I mean, it's pretty standard, like kind of emo 15-year-old shit.
It was such emo 15-year-old.
Like,
and it's funnier if you read it in that. Because you could read her manifesto of like, the human scum is color and the way they are raised. Or you can read this. I've grown to hate people and society, and it's truly not my fault. It never was. But all of you in the world have picked on me and teased me. You pushed me into corners.
Well, we know she is a biological woman.
It's never her fault.
Never my fault. I've never done one thing wrong.
Yeah. I've never even ever done it. I never go back and nag my way through life. Yeah,
okay. Give it a fucking couple of years.
It's not even my fault, though. It's everyone else's. Yeah. It has to be theirs and not mine. A lot of it's everyone else's fault and not mine. Classic Scorpio. Yeah.
Checks out. This does check out.
That is crazy, though. She mentions multiple times it's never her fault.
Yeah. Nothing's your fault?
That's what she says.
All right.
Or maybe you don't think I might just be crazy. Or maybe you think I might be crazy. I probably think you're a bit crazy.
Yeah, probably a bit crazy.
Maybe you'll see me as a weirdo, a freak, or just as some of you do now, but I'm not. That's fine. Maybe you see me as a... It's got a little...
Like freaking you out. Is that freaky?
I'm fucking deranged. I'm loco. It definitely has a little bit of like you just listen to one too many Slipknot songs. You go, oh, am I freaking you out? I'm sorry if I'm a psycho. And it's like a 20-year-old girl that's like 120 pounds. You're like, no, you're not freaking me out. She's like, do you want me to?
Yeah, if she just made it to like college age, she would have probably just worked on the side of her system.
1,000%, man. Yeah.
I mean, she was like, I get picked on at school. You're like, yeah, lots of people do.
She wasn't even that bad looking, though, yeah.
No, she's just kind of
She kind of looks like your classic internet look.
She looks like the chick from Red Scare.
Yeah, it's a little like that. She looks like a chick that like internet people would love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Maybe you just see me as a weirdo, a freak, just as some of you do now, but I'm not. You know, it's true though, because if she got obsessed with like Slipknot or something, she would have been, you know, just like in the lore of that band, instead of reading like Shooter Manifesto, she would have been obsessed with like the singer of Death Cab for Cutie. You could easily see it go that way. You know what I mean?
Easily. And I mean, she would have had like most people like at 15, like at 18, she would have had a completely new identity.
I think so too. Here, by the way, if everyone hears this, Danny's sick and he's been bragging about how he never gets sick.
I know. I fucking jinxed myself. I was in bed all day yesterday.
Really? Yeah, Jacking it? Not to do with the sickness. I just fucking found a video I like.
I wish I had the fucking strength yesterday to crank one, but no, I was like just in bed all day.
Dude, it's the time of year, man. People get sick.
I haven't been sick in like years, though. I literally
That's what you claim, but I feel like
not like this.
Well, this is the thing. You're always a little bit sick.
Yeah,
right?
but not like. But like my legs are aching right now, and I haven't done leg day this week.
Achy shit stinks. But I mean, it's funny you saying that you've never been sick when I'd say like 30% of the podcast is.
Yeah, but that's my baseline. That's me.
You're right.
That's 100% for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not sick.
Anyways, apologies.
I have a little extra energy to cover for the Sickman.
All right,
Sickman.
Sickman.
I hate how the population thinks, grows, and talks, and how they make romance fake. If only some days we could do a public execution, that would be gladly needed. I wouldn't mind throwing some stones at idiots or even watching from the back as they get hanged.
Okay.
Does feel like you could sort of see this as a lyric for like a metal song. Hold on. Let me... by the way, I'll say that there's someone on the internet that found this manifesto. The boyfriend basically said this was out. Some people tagged us in it because they didn't make the Google Doc private. And
Right, yeah.
they screwed up the thing.
She made the Google Doc private.
Yeah, but...
in her manifesto.
You're telling me this couldn't be... Okay, so a lot of these manifestos do read as a... So this would be... Let's find a metal song here. Maybe you just see me as a weirdo. Hold on. Okay, so this is... Maybe you just see... I fucked it up.
You get the bit.
Maybe you just see me as a weirdo, a freak, just as some of you do now. But I'm not. I'm not like the others. I would never ever want to be like them. With how they think and what they do a simple day. I hate how the population thinks, grows, and talks about how they make romance fake. So you can see how it kind of is like a poetic metal song. The manifestos of girls are better because they are like a little better at writing.
Yeah.
A lot of times girls have a,
Yeah.
I feel like every 15-year-old girl thinks she could be a
what's
famous writer.
funny actually was like the photo that was out of her or whatever that they were using at first, and then this chick talked to the boyfriend, and then the boyfriend just wanted to clarify. He's like, she's actually she's actually hotter than that. It's like they use a kind of bad picture. I just want to be clear. That's not.
Boyfriend wanted...
Even though he's never met her, and he's like, it's like a 2... They were like a
they've been together 2 years, and
long
it was
distance online.
Long distance
never
online
met each other, but he's just
relationship.
like, I'd just like to clear things up. She was hotter than that.
he said they weren't using a hot enough photo.
Yeah. He's just like, hey, you're kind of sandbagging her a bit. You're doing like the Joe Rogan CNN filter where they made them all green. They're just like, I just like to be on the record here.
My girlfriend was a dime piece.
Yeah, she was hotter than that. Come on.
Whores and scum are things I hate the most and will always hate. You have no meaning. You and your parents should be hanged in front of everyone. She's big into hanging.
Yeah. Well, she was like I said.
N-words though. So she...
not cool.
All right, that part wouldn't be... Yeah, exactly.
Not cool.
Not okay.
Not cool.
Slurs in your thing?
Like you commit a school shooting and then you're also racist?
Yeah, I mean, the school shooting's bad, but this is... This is school shootings are not great, but now you're being racist. Now you've crossed a line with the boys.
Do they chalk this up to like a white supremacist thing then because of that line?
Oh, for sure. I think that's what's going to be. Yeah. I mean, they're definitely not going to be hitting her on like this is women are toxic.
No,
it's going to be white. She's going to be. She's going to be a white person today.
Yeah. This is white dudes. It's literally white guys. They're going to somehow swing this, like spin this into how white guys.
She was radicalized by white men online. I think probably N-words though worse. Once you sleep with them, you are. She's saying if you sleep with a black guy, you're a whore. So she's getting that took a left turn because at first it was like fuck you, dad. There was a lot of lines about her dad. I can't find one. I got the weapons by lies and manipulation and my father's stupidity. I planned the shooting myself a while ago. Thought better for evolution rather than just one stupid, boring suicide, which will hopefully I'll reach that point. I hate looking at some people in society and seeing what you are, they do with their lives. Like how does one do that? But I know how. Out of scum and just pure retardedness. Okay. So she's saying retarded. Yeah. Drops gay retarded. She dropped that N-word.
Oh.
Dropping the N-word in the manifesto is interesting though, eh?
Well, I guess that's trying to make him... but it's not a race thing because she didn't kill any black people, I don't believe.
No, she didn't.
No, I think she killed a white teacher.
So it seems like so I think this is the first girl born a girl school shooter.
Yeah, the question is this a one-off or do we get more of these? Seems like it's just women are just not they're not wired to be like this.
Well, the women are getting hyped up about the Luigi Mangione.
Yeah.
There was one woman that she got hyped up about it, and then she got denied a claim, and then she was like, deny, dispose.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's pretty
and she
crazy.
said that.
She said that on the phone. She goes, "You're next," and like she's facing she's this chick from Florida. She's facing like 15 years in jail.
terrorism charges.
Basically, they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna make an example out of you," and she's like, "It was just a phone call."
Yeah, she's like, I just got carried away.
Yeah, and they're like, "Okay, well."
Yeah, there's no way she was ever going to do anything, but she was just
there was a march.
She was hyped up. Like, they get hyped up on the internet, and they start feeling like revolutionaries, and then next thing you know, they were like, I wasn't actually going to do anything.
Yeah, you guys, I was just mad in the moment. I was hot.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think this is going to hype up a ton of girls, but I think the Luigi and Mangione stuff hyped up a ton of girls. There was a bunch of guys protesting free Luigi things around.
Yeah, there was like literally like a anti-CEO thing, like basically like trying to. There was like apparently there was like, remember how they had like the hostage posters they had in for the Israeli hostages? They had like similar posters of the CEOs.
No way.
People were like posting them all around. Like this is the CEO of this company.
No, but they couldn't.
I don't like this anti-CEO rhetoric. By the way, I'm not a fan of the anti-CEO rhetoric that's going on right now. CEOs are good people. All right,
They're the top. Exactly right.
Yeah, they're good people. I do like that they're just like, people hate us. Why?
Their minds blown.
I know they're like, we create so much value though, shareholder value.
Do you understand how much shareholder guys? I think there's a misconception out here. They do imagine they do a press conference.
Yeah.
Just like 85. You know what the CEOs need to do is like like what the actors did. They do like an Imagine video together.
Yeah.
Like 100 CEOs.
Imagine there's no CEOs.
100 actors need to get together to do like a Zoom.
I think they should all go on strike. Every CEO should.
What?
Yeah.
It's like the CEO of Raytheon, the CEO of Pfizer. They're all just holding hands.
Should they do like a walkout?
See the world. The CEOs do a walkout.
They do a walkout. I go, see how you like America when there's no CEOs.
Yeah.
It's like the like evergreen college thing where they did the like no black people.
No black, yeah.
We'll be like, see what it's like, but like see what it's like when there's no black people around, huh? And
exactly.
The CEOs can do that, and people can be like, oh.
Heal the world, make it a better. Yeah. It is funny them doing a press con. That's such a funny image. Like 85 CEOs standing on solidarity together on stage and being like, "We want to clear up misconceptions out here. We're just like you, me. Like we're the exact same as you. We put our shoes on 1 foot at a time, and then we create so much fucking shareholder value."
You know. Just like you know.
The only difference is, once our shoes are on, we create fucking shareholder value. Heal the world.
Make it a better... Yeah.
I would be hilarious for a bunch of CEOs to do that.
Yeah, people are like, yeah, you don't do that.
We're actually
lay low.
Just lay low. We're actually pretty good guys. So so I was thinking that stuff might get the girls hyped up, but I don't know if the copycat this. It seems like too much of like dude shit almost.
Yeah, it is. It is. Just
calling people retarded. She's like,
yeah, like racist. It's like chicks are.
I hate looking at some of the people in society and seeing what they're doing with their lives. So anyways, but it does have a bit of a fuck you, dad.
Yeah.
She goes, fuck you, dad. I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo.
Yeah. And it's all your fault. I could have been normal. But
yeah. And it's your fault, not mine.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Sometimes when you have kids, sometimes you have a kid and you think they have infinite possibilities and then they just go shoot up a school and kill themselves.
I know.
Well,
I'll tell you what, stuff like this is never good for the internet, because this is like, they always start using this to be like, we need to crack down on the internet, we need to crack down on the thing, but
yeah,
they do. I mean,
it is
a
funny,
lot of shootings in America.
It is funny.
It happens
though,
a lot.
Yeah,
but.
by the way, that like this happened and they're like, we need gun control. The CEO gets shot. No calls for gun control.
Yeah, definitely.
Like when the CEO got shot, nobody's like, we need gun control.
I don't think a single person said that.
No, they didn't.
Well, apparently hers was like a handgun. It wasn't one of the ones that are illegal anyway.
Yeah. I mean, most guns aren't illegal in America.
You know, there's also that little thing where when they say mass shootings, it is a little wishy-washy because
It's mostly gang. Like the total stats are like literally
Yeah.
90%. Dude, they literally someone was
if you
trying to-
kill more than 2 people, they call it mass shooting. But they rejig them. Sometimes they go the other way because it'll be like what they, if they're trying to juke racial stats, they'll do it one way. If they're trying to, however they're trying to juke the stats,
Yeah.
they sort of define differently what like a mass shooting entails. It feels like
there was one, I don't know, I can't remember which site, but some site was like, this was the 353rd mass shooting in America this year, like school shooting. And I was just like, no, it's not.
Yeah, that's not true.
Like, no, it's like we'd be hearing more about this stuff.
I think they mean like mass shooting, and what they mean by mass shooting is like, yeah, a guy killed 2 people, it can be a mass shooting, or 3 people.
Yeah,
or
but
something.
like we see these shootings as like, some person like her goes into a school and starts
going to the
randomly
school and
shooting
killing kids
people.
is like so much worse. That's the peak.
But that's what we talk about as a mass shooting. Not like, hey, you guys like 2 guys who didn't like each other, like in a gang went and just like shot each other up on school property, because that counts. That's like counts towards mass shootings.
Oh,
So when
and
they
that's
say
sort
they're
of different. Like you're
school
saying,
shooting, like that's a school shooting if like a gang,
like the what are they called? Drill rappers.
yeah.
They'd go to another school and shoot their ops.
Yeah, like if you go shoot your ops, that's considered a school shooting. They don't
Yeah,
have-
to me, school shootings, meat and potatoes, trench coat.
Yeah,
like
just
I'm pissed off at
random-
the world.
random.
Yeah, exactly.
Random targets.
Yeah, as soon as it's your ops, I feel like that's a different category.
Yeah, I agree.
Movie theater guy, the redhead
Yeah.
with the movie theater.
Yeah. Like
Columbine was a
basically
classic.
terrorism, essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
Where when it's targeted, to me that would be the
Like when it's
differentiation.
targeted, you're not like, oh, I could be next. You're just like, okay, well, I'm not.
saw
that
this,
guy- I'm not this guy's ops.
They were interviewing this guy who was like in jail, and he was like an actual like registered pedophile.
Uh-huh.
And he says that he goes, how does he pick? It was kind of bizarre. They're asking him how he picks his targets, and he goes, I look for a lot of times I look for people without a dad, because I'm like, if the dad's too tough, I feel like that could be problems
saw
for
that.
me.
Yeah.
That was like such a fucking creepy thing to say, eh?
Yeah.
But he was like, yeah. Like he's like a weasel, and he was just like, well, I don't want to pick a guy with a tough dad, because then even if like they're gonna come kill me,
Right. Yeah. He picks the.
then that's how you end up. That is how you end up in real bad problems. Is you fucking the dad finds out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, or anybody finds out and you just go to jail.
Well, going to jail's he's probably like, I'll go to jail.
You ever see that black?
He's not worried about going to jail. He's worried about like revenge.
You ever see that black kid on Instagram? His name's like Scam Likely. You've probably seen him.
No.
You never seen him? He basically does this whole thing where he's like, if you're really like down bad, like and trying to get some pussy and you can't, he's like, whenever he goes to towns, he uses the town's sex offender registry as like Tinder, basically.
Stop it.
Yeah. Like he goes on there and he'll find like women who are on the sex offender registry, and then
He thinks they're hoes.
I mean, he knows they're into fucking some shit, and he's like pretty young. He's like 20 or something, and is like, and then he literally will just go like, because you can find all their.
You think he's just kidding?
No, I don't actually like it.
And then what? Knock on their door?
No. He
Being like,
messages. He finds them on Facebook, and he like messages them, and he like shows his like Facebook message.
so he just finds some.
and he's just like, I'm in town for a night, and he's just like,
That's the real pedophile hunting, eh?
yeah. But he literally is like, goes and looks at their charges, and it's like, all right,
No way.
she's into some shit, and knows where she lives and full name and all that stuff. And he goes and finds her on Facebook, and there's a photo, so he can go match the photo on Facebook.
And he says he's been doing pretty good with that.
I think it's the last case scenario, but he's just like, yeah, it
There's got to be a better way.
Yeah. I mean, he's just shopping for the broken toys, you know?
Fuck. I'll tell you what, since there's been a lot of propaganda on the internet, anyways, we just want to condemn the school shooting.
Yes, we condemn all
here at the
school
BOYSCAST,
shootings.
we condemn the school shootings.
All of them.
And we think that girls need to get their act together. Ladies, come on, pull it together.
Yeah, stop shooting up schools.
Ladies, pull it the fuck together.
Unladylike.
Exactly, it's unladylike. Scientists have been done. Now you don't like what the scientists are doing because you think that they're doing like useless studies. This is worse. They've crossed the line because scientists claim eating a hot dog could shorten your life by more than an hour. Now, I don't know where the scientists get off trying to do anti-hot dog propaganda, but it's like for some reason they picked a bone with the hot dog
This is
industry.
for sure paid for by like Beyond Meat, this study.
1,000%. Christmas. I know that Christmas is an excuse to eat whatever we want, but the delicious food is entirely. Health professionals are warning the dangers that can occur with foods like hot dogs. The 2021 study looked at a whole range of ultra-processed foods, cured meats, pizza, mac and cheese, and it says on average 36 minutes off your life.
Which 36 minutes, though? At the tail end?
That's what it's saying.
That's fine. Those aren't not good 36 minutes.
Well, I mean, add them up for me. I'm going to be taking a couple of fucking years off.
I'm like, yeah, I don't know. That's So that hot dog eating competition cost me like 4 hours of my life.
I just thought it was, yeah. So I'm saying this is messed up.
Yeah. I mean, I know they're not good for you. I've never been under that.
I don't know how they. Yeah, I think it's all relative though, because really, when they're just like, if all things remain equal, yeah. But a lot of times when you eat a couple hot dogs, then you're like, okay, I gotta not eat as much the next day.
Sure.
Like if you had like a week where I like cranked pizza, hot dogs, and popcorn, the next week I'm just like, all right, I gotta fucking take it more easy. So it all evens out.
Well, I guess they're saying that like you
it's irrelevant.
It wouldn't, because it's just like those are negatives and the other ones are neutral. Like if you eat well, you don't add time to your life. That's just
maybe you do.
I mean, I'd like to see that scientists. Waiting for it. Tell me how to cancel out a hot dog.
I don't love this business where they're fucking trashing on the hot dogs.
No. I mean, Joey Chestnut would literally be dead if this is true.
Yeah, he's in the best shape of his life.
But I mean, he would be dead. Like the guy probably eats 10,000 hot dogs.
There's no way they could even know that. 36 minutes. Like you could say it's going to make you less healthy, but it's like there's no way you could put a minutes level on it. What was the thing?
It was like cigarettes used to take like one cigarette would take like an hour of your life or something. I don't know.
They don't know shit. Fellas, notice how the days are shorter, but your to-do lists aren't. Power through your busy days with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. We're talking from breakfast to dinner, anything in between. Factor's got easy, nutritious options to keep you fueled up, feeling your best, whether you like routine or enjoy mixing it up. Personally, I've been mixing it up. That's the one thing I was just getting what they got. And then I started... I've been going in and choosing mine.
Yeah,
mostly protein ones, but sometimes I even mix it up on that. Factor's got you covered. 35 different delicious meals every week. 60 additional convenience options. You can add like keto cookies, pressed juices, smoothies.
Oh, the smoothies are good.
Yeah, it's the good-ish.
I like the smoothies.
It's the good
Yeah.
It's the good beep. Don't let shorter days slow you down. Factor lets you do it. Choose from 6 menu preferences to help you manage calories, maximize protein intake, avoid meat, or simply just eat well and balanced. And check this out. Factor's cheaper than takeout and dining out. Put the money you save towards holiday shopping, reaching your financial goals, guilt-free comfort foods like home-style chicken and gravy, loaded mashed potato pork chops, feel-good vegan options, sweet potato, chickpea curry, globally inspired flavors like Peruvian shrimp, red pepper cauli grits. Ooh, yeah, they got you covered over there at Factor, man. Pop on over there. Stay on your A game with quality ingredients you can trust, quality you can taste in every one of Factor's fresh, never frozen meals. So head on over to factormeals.com/50boyscast. Use the code 50boyscast. Get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. So that is code 50boyscast. Factormeals.com/50boyscast. Get 50% off your first box plus free shipping while your subscription is active. Can you think of a better time than right now to start getting fit? You know, me and Danny we've been at it right now, man. I've been in the gym.
Yes,
I was just talking about it. I got my boys in there too. I have 2 friends that we hit the gym and then we hit the sauna, man. I'm starting to get building guys. You got to come link up with us.
Yeah.
From a core that won't quit, arms worth flexing, Fitbod is the perfect companion to keep your exercises fresh, yourself accountable. Whether it's your personal fitness goals, keeping in focus, Fitbod customizes every workout, adapts as you improve to avoid plateaus on your own journey. If you don't know what it is, Fitbod is just like a personal trainer in your pocket. There's a million reasons for it. It keeps your workouts interesting. If you're going to different gyms, it'll tell you what exercises you can do based on the equipment that is at hand. And a lot of times it gives you stuff you wouldn't even think about. Like Danny said, we got the dinner plate girls.
Yeah, you got the weird ones you never do.
And muscles that you don't even think about. So Fitbod is basically cheaper than a personal trainer. It's got you covered, keeps track of all your stuff so you don't have to be the guy in there with the pad, creates a personal workout routine based on your goals, fitness levels, available equipment, keeps workouts that adapt to your growth so each workout is challenging enough to push you to make progress. Oh, that's a big one that I forgot, Because, sometimes you actually stop forgetting.
Yeah, you start kind of dicking around.
You start kind of dicking around, exactly. Tracks your muscle recovery so you can avoid burnout, keep up your momentum. Sometimes you forget, you just don't know how hard did I go? Would it be weird to do these muscles again? Learn new movements the right way with over 1,000 demonstration videos. It's like a personal trainer, but better. It's cheaper and easier to build a custom fitness plan that works for you. So look in, stay focused, join Fitbod today, get your personalized workout plan, 25% off your subscription. Or you can try the app for free for 7 days at fitbod.me/boyscast. That is, once again, 25% off when you go to fitbod.me/boyscast. Okay, we have a Christmas present for the boys, though. Actually, 2 things.
It's fucking hot in here. Jesus
I know,
Christ.
it's so hot in here. But, hold on. These are the best Christmas songs this thing gave me. Orgasms. Scientists discover the secret of the female orgasm and reveal how to climax every time. Now, what the funny part is that they said psychologists have revealed it is the ability for women to tune into their own physical sensations, like heartbeat, breathing, and touch. Our studies demonstrate women need to get out of their heads and into their bodies in order to have more frequent orgasms.
It's called a Hitachi.
It's actually not called a Hitachi because it's called... They basically said that it has nothing to do with the man.
Yeah. Which is a Hitachi.
Well, but even with the Hitachi, they're still in their head.
Oh, right. They're thinking of the man.
No, because all the talk has always been about, like, does this guy, give orgasms, this and that, guys are bad at sex. And then they basically did a study and there's just like, it's all, whether the girl like has more or less orgasms has nothing to do with the guy almost at all. It's like 100% whether the girl can like tune into her own body and get out of her head.
So women have worse genitalia and brains is what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
Well, okay.
Because I'm back on science if this is the case.
That's what I'm saying. So we actually have a good one.
I might be back on science.
Well, how many times have you heard like people say like, oh, can you make a girl squirt? But like really, you probably dated a girl or whatever, slept with a girl that's like squirts or whatever. And you're just like, yeah, she does that.
Yeah.
That's not like I have some.
No. Yeah. It's like some girls do it, some girls don't.
Girl pisses all over you when you're having
I
sex.
fucking hate it.
It's like a cool novelty, but yeah.
In a hotel.
Yeah, dating a girl like that's just like pissing all over you nonstop.
Soaking up the bed. You go, great.
You're sleeping in piss every night. I know some people try to claim it's not piss, but at very least it's got piss in there.
Whatever it is, I don't want to be sleeping in. I don't want to be sleeping in water. That's just not a good restful night's sleep right there.
It's a brutal sleep, man. And it soaks right down to the mattress. It's a nightmare.
Oh, man.
So anyways, I just think it's funny because obviously the guy has something to do with it, but on aggregate, they're saying...
Women's brains.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Which, to some degree, I would agree the other way around, but it's like, we've just all cracked the code. Mm-hmm. And it's easier, whatever. But I think
the guys who can't.
But isn't this a funny study when girls are like, that guy probably can't even make a girl come? You're just like, on the contrary, it has nothing to fucking do with me. That's between you and the Lord.
Right.
And the Lord obviously isn't listening. Whether a girl can orgasm is between her and the Lord.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty it's pretty good if your chick's fucking giving you problems and you just go like, hey, there's a study on this.
They already solved this. Science has fucking finally done something right. They were wrong about the hot dog thing, but they weren't.
Yeah, they were wrong about the hot dog thing. But that was paid for by, for sure, like vegan foods or whatever.
I guess that is what happens, yeah.
Big soy or some shit paid for the hot dog study.
Big soy.
Yeah.
Big soy boy.
Although maybe this is a fucking whiskey dick backed study. Dude's Whiskey Dicks Association. They go, turns out it's all in your head, lady.
It is, but it does kind of make sense. Like, I'm sure you've dated girls where it's like super easy for her, and you've dated girls where it's like almost never. Mm-hmm. And mostly those.
Most of those. Yeah, it's hard for me to keep my enthusiasm,
Anyways, I thought that it was interesting.
Yeah, it's a nice little piece of info.
That's a good, a good study that you take. And then the other Christmas thing was, which we mentioned already, but you probably know. I feel like you know this stuff a little better than me, but they're talking about the Canadian, the fifth state or the
Trump's
51st state.
Trump's trolling hard right now. He keeps referring to it as a 51st state.
I know, and every politician in Canada keeps coming out having to like post a statement saying we're not going to be part of America.
Well, it's not up to you.
Well, I mean,
it ain't up to you.
kind of is, right?
No,
like,
I know.
It's well, like there's no way that could happen.
I mean, I don't know exactly the mechanics of it.
At the very least, they'd have to vote or something.
Yeah, they'd have to vote. It wouldn't be.
And they wouldn't.
It wouldn't be boots on the ground. I don't know, man. There is a theoretical like plan they could put forward that could be very enticing. Obviously, there are a lot of Canadians who just are like, we're Canadian and, you know, we want to have our unique. But
the vote would be like 15% of people voted for it.
Well, it needs to get worse for sure. But Trudeau seems to fucking be hanging on right now. And
so what's going on with him? Like he was talking about
his finance minister stepped down. They had like a budget. It was like way over. Their budget was like basically the deficit was like $20 billion over what they said it was going to be.
Yeah, and he keeps saying, I'm just going to give everyone $250.
And then took that away. They were like, we're not doing that because we need the money to like in case these tariffs or whatever. By the way, everybody talking shit about the tariffs. You're like, look what they're doing to Canada. Just the threat of these tariffs is like basically causing like the government to fucking dissolve essentially. But because like everybody has to deal like literally
good point.
Like literally the part of the reason why they took away the $250 checks was because they're like, we need that money in case the tariff situation is bad.
Right.
Yeah. But so anyways, she stepped down or got fired. And then the guy who was supposed to take her place, he's just like, I'm not doing it. So then they had to like replace him last minute with some, I don't know who it was, some dude. And then the NDP guy was like, said he needs to resign, but he won't actually like force an election because his, what is it? His
government pension?
His pension doesn't kick in.
Is that true?
Yeah, it doesn't kick in until February 25th.
He doesn't want to lose. Dude, that's fucking nutty. I guess that sort of stuff is happening in the American. They just had some bill and Elon Musk is trying to stop it, but you look into it and it was like just big raises for everyone.
But that, honestly, I'm like, not to, like, I think they deserve the raises, to be honest. You're like, the Congress people haven't had a raise since 2009. That was
the problem is they do it all at once. 40% seems really high.
Well, it's not even that they do it all at once. It's that they
should
add
just
a
have,
million things on top of it.
Just have an inflation-adjusted raise every year like every other job.
They're coming for my AI, actually.
What do you mean they're coming for your AI?
That's in this fucking bill or whatever that they were trying to get passed.
They cram so many things in these bills,
So...
man. You need a microscope.
So basically, they're coming for like deepfake porn or whatever, but that's how it starts.
Okay, that's how it starts.
It starts with they're basically making it illegal to make any deepfake porn with like penalties up to 2 years in jail.
What would that entail? Like the extent to which it's illegal. Like for example, if you was a guy and then you took a like you had a nudie calendar and then you took a girl and you printed her Facebook photo off and then cut her head out and put it on the calendar, so you're looking at basically a naked picture of her,
like how we used to do it in high school.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Does that count?
I don't think so. And
like, are they gonna bust into like auto shops and like tear those off the wall and fucking you're going away?
I mean, they're saying it's specifically AI, but like
they got to be movement.
But again, they're gonna go for that. They like with everything.
Dude, people are gonna be meeting in like back alleys with hard drives full of like, yeah, just put Jennifer Aniston on a porn.
Right, I know. And then
Pokemon,
Pokemon or whatever. But you know, that's how this shit starts. Is they go, okay, we're dealing with. This is like
first they come for the
people,
porn,
and then they come.
Then they come for the porn users. Yeah,
I'm not a big AI porn guy, but
no,
they're gonna come for the jokes next.
They always come for the jokes next, man. Every single time, the jokes are always next on the chopping block.
Yeah, and it's literally like the chick who is doing it, Amy Klobuchar, who like is putting this thing forward. Like it was because Jake Tapper like told her to.
Really?
Yeah. Like literally, it's like because of me.
So you just literally dug your own grave.
Like it's literally because of me.
What the fuck?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I mean, that is crazy.
Yeah, like literally because I made these AI videos, and then Jake Tapper found out about it, and then
because he would have never found out about it if you hadn't made one about him.
Yeah, and then he went and he knows Amy Klobuchar, who's like I believe a senator or a congresswoman or something.
It's kind of blown my mind.
And then he was basically like, he brought the segment that I made for him was with her, and he brought her on, and he's basically like trying to get her to make it illegal. And
it is pretty crazy because you made the first one about him, then you got the shovel and started digging your own grave because you thought that maybe you could. You thought if you maybe cozied up, then you could get yourself out of the chopping block. You were like you were kind of like the oligarchs in Russia back in the day that were, well, I'll help you round up the other oligarchs.
Right. Yeah, I'm one of the good oligarchs.
Danny's like, I'm one of the good AI guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Capo or whatever.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so
you made this thing about Jake Tapper. It changed his life.
Jake Tapper was like, goes to Amy Klobuchar, and you're like, you got to make this illegal, and then now it's in the bill.
So the porn stuff's in
And
the
it's
bill.
sponsored by her and Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz doesn't like that either. eh?
Yeah.
Ted Cruz's wife probably found him doing some AI porn, and this is part of his reparations.
Yeah, probably. I'm gonna have to make some fucking Cruz AIs.
Yeah, definitely make some Cruz
Fucking
AIs.
Cruise missiles over here.
You should just, what you should do is make like Cruz AIs where he's being saying like, here would be an example of AI porn that I wouldn't like.
Scat.
Or have him there and his wife's like beside him and he's kind of like, and I just think it's really bad. And his wife's like tapping him, being like, hey. And he goes, also, no one should ever make AI porn of their babysitter. He goes, no, again. Keep going. Also, if any of your wife's friends, for example, are in videos, you should never mix and match them with your favorite.
Never make them maybe kiss each other and then gratify yourself while you watch the video.
You also shouldn't make AI porn where you give your wife better set of jugs. Okay, this is just a list of things that we shouldn't be doing.
I did.
Yeah, Ted Cruz just in the chopping block from his personal.
It's crazy though. For me, like literally, I made an AI video and then like 3 months later, it's like in a bill to make it illegal.
Mm-hmm. So they're making the AI porn illegal, and that's part of the bill.
Yeah, among
a million.
The
other
Congress
things.
thing, like honestly, you don't want to, because someone was saying this, which is a good point. Like Congress people actually don't do that well because on top of they
do well after though.
They do well after, yes,
or during for most of them.
Well,
sell a book.
The ones who trade stocks or whatever do. But there's so many Congress people, like they're not like that. Like it's like most of them are not.
I bet you anyone that's been in Congress for like 5 to 10 years is starting to get rich. You ever seen the things where it's like people that go into politics, their net worth and
you really make the money when you leave, right? That's kind of
unless you write a book while you're there.
Yeah, but again, there's like 500.
Bernie Sanders has got cash; he hasn't gone anywhere.
Yeah. There's like, he's been he's
okay. What's the difference though?
I'm just saying, like
you're saying. Oh, I'll give you this.
Like if you're like
famous
a younger,
ones is probably
the
a little
famous
different.
ones, but there's 540 of them, I believe, and like, I mean, I know
a lot of times the people that go into politics though already have cash.
Yeah, no, not Congress. Sometimes. Is like different. Like Lauren Boebert, like I remember she like when I did In Hot Water. Like,
what does she have? Patreon?
No, she was literally like she was like a server at a bar.
While she was in Congress, or
while she was running, like she basically was like.
And then what? She gets like $100,000 a year.
She makes 100. I think they can make 175, which is not bad. But you have to maintain 2 residences.
I think these days though, once
you have to have a place in Washington and your district, so it's like you have 2 houses. You have to have 2 houses. No, I'm not saying like they're fucking starving or anything, but to give them a raise, like first raise in 15 years, I don't think is that crazy. And then also, it dissuades them from having to do shady shit to like make money.
Well, that's the argument, to some degree.
But the problem is they put this.
That's not true though, because people get a taste of money and they want more.
That's true. Yeah.
You get them up to 180, they're just like, oh, now I can really, I can feel like I could be really rich.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, again, they do all make money trading stocks if they're half a brain because you have so much fucking insider information.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like that's. I mean, again, that is the way, but people are like, we don't want that.
That's
we
the
don't
way.
like. That's literally insider
Books,
trading.
Speaking fees.
Yeah, but the thing is, people don't want them insider trading. It's like it's illegal for everybody else except for Congress people.
What do you mean they don't want them to?
Because they're literally what they do in Congress is illegal for any other civilian. Like they literally get this like insider information about like government contracts and they act on it. And you're like, if you did that as a person, you go to jail.
Yeah, I don't know how they're allowed to.
They're just allowed to. It's just like that's one of the fucking deals. Is like they're allowed to trade stocks.
Your perk.
It's just your perk. You're allowed to trade stocks, and you can act on the like this proprietary information you have.
Well, it is funny though that Jagmeet Singh's basically like, I'm not going to do this thing because then I'm going to get more. I'm going to get my government pension to kick in, and he's supposed to be like the most for the people socialist guy.
Yeah, I know.
It is funny that it's just like so
Bleeding
obvious. So the country's.
left-wing liberal.
So you're saying the country's falling apart, and you're going to let that happen for 3 more months just because so you can get.
Yeah, so you can lock in your.
So you can
pension.
lock in your fucking extra $30,000 a year.
It's probably more than that, and it's for life. Like it's probably like you're actually kind of set for life.
$100,000 a year forever.
More, I bet you it's more. If you're a party leader, like it's probably like, I would imagine a decent chunk of change, and it's for the rest of your life. Full benefits, everything, and realistically, he doesn't have a career in politics after this anyway. So,
no, I'm just saying it's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny that you have to like outwardly say that. Though.
Yeah, of course. Well, he's when he he just lies. He's like, oh, I'm not doing. That's not what I'm doing. But then
obviously,
secretly, they're like, yeah. But anyways, I could see Trudeau legitimately. He's so fucking insane that like I think he might just wait it out till.
I don't see it the way other people see it because everyone keeps saying he's going to step down, but I'm like, this guy's the biggest egomaniac maniac in the planet.
You can actually there was actually a poly market bet that I was thinking of doing.
83% that he was going to go by April.
Yeah, Trudeau out before April. It's 66%. Yes, you're like, man, that's like 3-1 on your money if you take the no by March 31st.
Yeah, it feels like he's not going to leave on his own accord. It doesn't feel like he wants to.
No, but I guess
there's no indication that
I guess maybe there literally is the thing where it's just like saying, well, once he's locks in his pension.
He likes the power. It's like the Ring. You know what I mean? The Lord of the Rings.
Of course.
When you have the movie Lord of the Rings.
I've heard of it, yeah.
Yeah, that's him with his.
Yeah, he loves his precious. Dude, you want to know something so funny? Fuck, I'm glad I remember this. I was in the hardware store the other day by my house.
Just looking at drill bits.
Kind of, yeah. Actually,
oh, that's a nice one right there.
I had to hang these fucking curtains, right? And so the dude who owns this hardware store, this is in like Long Island City, there's this like dude in there, this guy with his like wife or whatever, and I don't know what they were looking at, but it was like maybe like some sort of like bracket or something, like some sort of whatever decorative thing. And this dude, he's like he's probably like in his 60s, like some old like European, maybe some Eastern European dude. And then he goes, oh, what are you looking at there? And he goes, oh, you like the gold ones, right? And then he goes, oh,
why are you saying that? Why would I like gold?
No, but he goes, you like the gold ones? He goes, are you Jewish? And the guy goes, yeah. He goes, what kind of Jewish are you? And he goes, I can't remember what he said, like something. He goes, yeah. He goes, you know the Jews, they love gold. And the guy's like, yes, we do love gold. I was like,
what was the hardware store guy like?
He was like this fucking like
old Greek guy.
He was like shit? He was some Eastern European like in his 60s dude who just like ran this hardware store in Long Island City, totally just like chopping it up, like totally normal conversation. He goes, you know, you Jews love gold, right? And the guy's like, yes, we do love gold.
And you're watching.
And he didn't even look like the guy wasn't like some like didn't have a keep on or anything. He was just like in a suit with his fucking wife.
And you're kind of like one aisle over watching this.
I was right beside him.
You just take your gold drill bit and put it back.
Yeah, I go, oh.
No, I don't.
Do we have a tungsten? But dude, it's so funny. He goes, you Jews love gold, right? Yeah. He goes, you Jews, the Persian Jews and the whatever Jews, you guys love gold. Like, yeah, we do love gold.
I have a story actually too. Now that you've kind of jogged my memory, because I went to do my physical, and one thing that they got these clinics and that you go to. I pay because I don't have health insurance, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to catch me on that shit, you know what I'm saying?
I have health insurance, and it's a fucking scam.
How much you pay a year for health insurance?
Like $5,000.
Woo! Fuck!
And I mean, I've never used it.
So since we've been here,
not only have I never
you're down $25K. I haven't spent I've spent... I think I went to get once. I made them look at the bump on my head for $500.
That's the thing. Not only have
I a couple visits.
Not only have I never used it, but... like, I think I have like an $8,000 deductible or some shit. So it's like, it doesn't even cover anything.
See, the way I see it, and this is, because they did a study actually about the health insurance CEO, they were like 45% of 18 to 30 think this was reasonable that the guy got shot or whatever, which seems high. But there is another part of it where it's like, a lot of these things are a little bit of money transfers from young people to old people, you know?
Sure, yeah.
And I kind of see that, and I'm like, you look around, everyone's so fat. It's the most unhealthy company, and you go, why would I want to like split our medical costs together?
Right. Yeah. Well, again, and the main thing with insurance,
why would I want to do that? I go, how about we all just pay for our own? I'm not going to subsidize a bunch of these fucking Arby's eaters.
Yeah, and also the premise of insurance is like insurance. The point of it is it should be for stuff like unforeseen. Like random things, right?
I'm paying for half. You get your health insurance. You just paid for 90 people's Ozempic.
Yeah. But it's like for like insurance should be for like these crazy outlier events that happens. Like it's not
should be catastrophe.
Yeah, like it's not meant for like just checkups. Like,
but it is
because those are like again, it's just like risk management. And like you can predict people need checkups or whatever. Like that's not the point of it. But yeah, I mean, and they with like I believe with Obama,
if you get it from your work, you get it from your work.
But like
whatever.
They made it illegal to not have insurance. Like if you don't have insurance in America,
what?
Yeah, like you have to pay a penalty.
What's the penalty?
Depends. I think it's like state by state, but it's like 600 to like thousands per person if you don't have insurance.
Well, I guess I'd have to pay the penalty, but
maybe. But it depends where you are. I don't know exactly what I think it varies by state, but like
see the guy waddling in with a mobility scooter. Like I don't want to pay for that guy.
Yeah, for sure.
You're not going to get me on that, man.
Well,
they find another sucker.
They literally made it illegal to not have insurance.
If I broke my leg or something like that and got charged $25,000, I'd still break even. Because I've been here for 5 years. Yeah, but also you would just had like, $5,000 a pop.
Yeah, but you would also be like, if they charge you $25,000, you'd be like, I don't have insurance.
I guess the problem is if you get cancer, then you're really fucked.
Yeah, That's like
The
if you have
problem is
something-
if I get some real shit, then I'm screwed.
yeah, if you get something really bad, then
Fingers crossed.
yeah, of course. But it's like if you get something really bad, then you're fucked. And I mean, that's that's basically why I have insurance is for those catastrophes. But
Yeah.
again,
I mean, I'm getting to the
actuarial
point where I
tables-
might start getting it soon, but I haven't had it since I've been
It's
here.
a fucking scam.
But you don't live on the wire as much as I do.
wire.
You don't know what it's like to be living on the edge, you know.
Living in the fridge.
Yeah, I remember. But anyways, when I went to the doctor to get my physical, I thought this was weird that the guy was training people and they had two. I didn't have to do anything embarrassing because I was just getting a physical.
Yeah.
But it did throw me off. Imagine I did have to say something embarrassing. It's this doctor and these two chicks were standing behind him and he was like, "What's the issue?" Blah blah. And I was just like, "All three of you are gonna fucking." And I was like, "Well, I just need this thing." Blah,
Like,
blah.
I just need you to check my.
I just needed an easy thing, but I thought it was weird. Like usually there's the person there and then they leave and the doctor comes in and it feels kind of like confidential and he goes, "Okay, what's the problem?" I'm like, I've got this audience of like 4 people.
guess if
I was
they're-
thinking, I was like, if I had something that I was like personal, I was like, I wouldn't want to say it to this everyone here.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I guess they are also doctors. They're not like some randoms, but
No, they weren't. It wasn't 3 doctors. It was like
actually, I don't think any of them are doctors at those fucking CVS clinics.
I think the one guy was like a janitor. He's like cleaning the fucking tools and stuff.
Yeah,
I go,
I think they're nurses at best.
yeah, at best they were nurses, but it felt like to me weird.
Yeah.
Like I've never been in a doctor's office where like the doctor comes in and asks you what's wrong and there's a big audience.
Oh, dude, I had the fucking when I got dengue fever in Laos or whatever, and they put me in this like looked like from like a TV show or something. They put me in this like observation room, like it was literally this like circular room, and they put me on the
Whale
table.
chamber.
Yeah, and there was one like table, and then literally the doctor, this like Laotian chick, brought in like 10 students to like. And they were all around. Dude, one of them...
Poking and prodding you?
Dude, literally one of them took my fucking sandal off and they were passing around my sandal.
Why?
Because they'd never seen a sandal so big. It was crazy. I was just like,
No, they didn't.
I swear to God, I've never been sicker in my life. And they were all just like, oh, so big. And they didn't speak any
They had
English.
3 beds put together for you.
Probably.
Bring you from bed to bed with a forklift. You're just like, I'm pretty normal size in America.
I'm like, I can walk. I didn't break anything. I just have dengue fever.
So you were just lying there on the bed and the guy just comes and takes your sandal off, doesn't say anything.
They didn't speak any English. None of them did. Not even the doctor. The doctor didn't even speak English. But
What was wrong with you? Dengue fever?
had dengue fever.
How did you just tell them that you had dengue fever?
well, I was just like, I'm very sick. And
Dengue fever.
Dengue fever. And then they did this, like, because Laos is such a poor country, like very poor. And so they did this, like normally if you get dengue fever in like Miami, they just take your blood and then they send it to a lab. But they don't have that there. Or at least they didn't at the time. They probably still don't. Excuse me. And so they put like a blood pressure cuff on my arm and pumped it up until like it literally felt like my arm was like fucking going numb.
Yeah.
It was like painful. Like they were doing it as hard as possible. And then I was like, I kept trying to like rip it off because I was like, what are you guys doing? And they couldn't speak any English. I was like, what are you guys doing?
What are you
and
guys doing?
And then she kept like hitting my hand away or whatever. And then they kept it like literally for a minute, like as tight as it could possibly be around my arm. It was so painful. And then they took it off. And then they look at your arm and based on your blood vessels bursting, like if your blood vessels burst in like a tight enough like rate pattern or whatever, then they're like, you have dengue fever. That's how they like would detect it in the 50s.
And you did.
And I did, yeah. And then they just gave me some shit. And
So you just got medication then on your way.
I got, like,
Did they keep the sandal?
No, they gave me the sandal back. But they had a good time with the sandal.
They're all taking pictures with it.
Yeah.
Like it's novelty.
They had a good time with it. I mean, if you ever try and buy fucking shoes in Asia, you're like, they don't make them in my size.
What's your size?
12 or 13. Like, nobody has that there. Like, dude, if
Wild.
you go to like a market in anywhere in like China or something, and you're like, I'm like a quadruple XL or whatever.
So
Like,
funny.
they just don't have it.
You have to go to the big and fat stores.
It doesn't exist, and they're like,
You've seen, remember we've seen the Asian stores where it'll be like,
Remember you used to buy-
fatty boom boom
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah. Remember you used to buy shit from China?
Big fat lard
lived in-
boys.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they have the craziest names.
I know, yeah. That was in Thailand. But remember you used to buy shit from China?
Disgusting fat woman,
And it's
XXL.
like, yeah, and it's like if you get like a large or an XL something from China, like you're like, this is like a small.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just small people.
Hello cow. They have Hello Kitty, and then beside that's Hello.
Moo.
Hello, mule. Hello, heifers. Fellas, if you need a break from the crowded stores, endless gift lists, restore your zen, embrace the natural power of hemp this holiday season with VIIA. We've been telling you, Danny's been a big VIIA
Yeah,
guy.
I've been taking them and I like them.
You taking them and you like them?
Yeah, if you're trying to sleep, they're great for sleep.
I've been mainly on the sleep ones.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, you pop on over to the website. There's a whole bunch that you can try.
Yeah, they're not all kind of psychoactive. Some of them are just the CBD ones. Some of them are if you're trying to have a little more fun.
But it all comes from hemp.
Yep.
This holiday season, unwind, recharge with VIIA. Whether you're enjoying a quiet evening at home or embracing festive cheer, VIIA's premium THC and THC-free gummies will help you find your perfect holiday balance. And you might be thinking, you're not even sure that, wait, we can do this? Yes.
Yes.
You actually
Totally
can.
legal.
You can right now. VIIA is well renowned for their award-winning THC and THC-free gummies and vapes, THC flower, soothing topicals, calming drops, all crafted with highest quality hemp sourced from trusted, independently owned American farms. And the best part, VIIA ships legally to nearly all states in the U.S. Discreet packaging directly to your door, worry-free guarantee. Unlock the power of nature with VIIA's organic vegan hemp extracts, perfect for relaxation, rejuvenation. VIIA is the only lifestyle hemp brand. They use compounds found in hemp along with other plant extracts to create products, each with a specific effect in mind. Whether you want to get better sleep, ease anxiety, enhance your mood, or anything else, like Danny said, you maybe want to have a little fun, whatever you need. If you want to just, maybe you just want to kick it off.
Kick it.
If you just
Watch
want to
some
kick
Netflix.
It's an industry leader with over 500,000 customers served, made in the USA, farmed and crafted with care in the United States. They got award-winning service. They got quality ingredients sourced from the finest hemp for your peace of mind, lab tested and certified, affordable, accessible. This holiday season, gift yourself some peace of mind. If you're over 21 plus, check out the link to VIIA in our description. Use the code BOYSCAST, receive 15% off. After you purchase, you can just ask where you heard about them. Please support our show. Use the BOYSCAST promo code and you will receive 15% off. This holiday season, enhance your everyday with VIIA. Boys, I'm going to tell you the one thing that I do every single morning. This morning is no different than the rest, and that is AG1. First thing that I get up, we're talking all the vitamins I need, all the minerals, nutrients I need. They have
Everything.
vitamin C.
All the stuff. All the stuff you're not getting.
Exactly.
What you need.
In one place. So I'm not out here with dicking around in my vitamin cabinet with the multivitamins, which
No.
I've done at many points in my
Yeah,
life. And you know
it
what I do? I
stinks.
take them for 5 days, then I forget for 2 days, then I
Like
get one day,
everybody.
like everybody else. And this is now part of my routine. I do not forget it. I got 3 packs right above in the cupboards, right where my coffee is. So I never forget.
No.
And then when I go on tour, I take the travel packs. So if you're looking at a nutritional supplement stack, you got to get AG1 involved in that stack. AG1 improves your digestion, your gut health, the poops.
Yeah, you got to be regular. You want to be regular.
We got adaptogens, probiotics,
Yeah.
prebiotics.
All the stuff that you need that you're not getting.
All the stuff you need that you're not getting, and it tastes great.
Yeah.
So that's the best part. It's also a pretty good
Just
Christmas
Put the coffee
present.
on, put it in the shaker,
Put
bingo
the coffee
bango.
on. Put it in the shaker. Give someone the gift of AG1 for Christmas. And if not, tell someone else to get it for you or just get it for yourself.
Yeah.
And too bad they missed it and then we're not getting you the present, all
Yeah,
right?
Sorry.
So that's the big benefit. For me, it's just probably the number one benefit is that I think it's the easiest thing to do, that you just take it all in one
Yeah,
place
and
and
it
you
tastes
forget
great.
about it. And I actually love the taste
Yeah,
too.
it
Yeah.
tastes
So long-term benefits, and especially when you're staying consistent, AG1 is the one supplement that of all the things, it's the one that I never forget about. So this year, try AG1 for yourself. It's the perfect time to start a new healthy habit, and that's why I've been partnering with AG1 for so long. And AG1 is offering new subscribers a free $76 gift when you sign up. So they're not messing around over here. You'll get a welcome kit, a bottle of D3K2, 5 free travel packs in your first box. So make sure to check out drinkag1.com/boyscast to get this offer. That is drinkag1.com/boyscast to start your new year on a healthier note. This is a crazy thing that college courses, I guess it's not crazy, but a lot of colleges have started doing influencer programs.
Okay.
So there's all these colleges that started doing
Is this a top?
a what?
Is this a top signal on the influencer space when now the colleges are getting in? on the cash grab?
I'd say it's probably, in my opinion, this is more an indication that it's becoming like a legacy thing right now. I would say, because if you look at it, there's film and TV jobs. Like you can go to college for film and TV. You can go to college for screenwriting. You can go to college for music.
That's true.
So to me, this is like the legitimization of where it's like,
right.
Where we go, oh, there's TV and then there's radio and then there's film and then there's this other thing that's kind of below that.
Yeah.
I think this is the legitimization where they're like, no, a guy having like a big YouTube channel is not lower than like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's the exact same. So I would see it as someone like that to some degree.
Okay.
But you know, you can, but these programs are so useless, but especially, it's one thing learning like film and TV, and it's another thing learning. The only thing that this would be useful for is if you go to fake, you know, influencer school and then you get a job like running the social media of like Black & Decker. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could see that where you're like, you do but they already had social media courses. This is on actually being an influencer.
Yeah.
But probably the worst advice you could get for influencers is you're young, you're like, focus all your time on influencing and never learn. Like the biggest influencers have another thing that's their trade first.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Like you have to be good at writing or production.
I would say, but I wasn't even going to say that. I was saying most of the people are like, you know, they had a job or they have some perspective or they were like an expert on this other thing. And they combine that. Like we're comedians. Like our people are like, you know, I was I was an athlete and now I'm doing sports and I was a fitness guy and now I'm doing influence.
Right.
Like it's not that they're not an expert at influencing. They're an expert at like fitness.
Yeah.
You know,
and that's why you listen to them.
Or finance or, you know, politics even, you know? Like there's so many people where they're big influencers, but it's like, yeah, but their expertise isn't influencing.
Right. Yeah.
So this is like removing, what do you...
It's just a tool.
Yeah, they're removing like the interesting part about the person and just treating it, it's like, yeah, you influence. And you're like, what's the content? They're just like, well, I don't know. You just show them your life. You're like, well, what's my life's going to influencer school?
You go, document that. You go, that's pretty boring.
What the fuck is this? So you go, there's going to be all these influencers that they're influencing is about influence school. I mean, the only thing is, when you go to these programs, they're a total load of shit. But the one thing, I guess, is you just meet a bunch of people that are all trying to do the same thing.
Yeah. But I mean, you can just meet those people on the internet.
Right, but it seems like, listen, there's courses on music, and I'm sure there's some people that went to school for music, but again, the trade is still like the actual instrument.
Yeah, of course.
Like if they were just like, it's like a course on being a rock star, but they don't teach you how to play an instrument.
Right,
like to me, that's what influencer school is. You go, well, what are you influencing on? Like,
they just go,
you'd be better off like learning to be a dentist and then doing influencing with your dentistry.
Right. Yeah. Get some sort of skill outside and then influence from that.
Well, yeah, I guess they're just trying to, and this is the crazy part.
What school is this at?
Well, there's a bunch of them starting up. Ridiculous. And apparently it's like 50% of young people said they want to be an influencer, but it's like, again, most of the people, they have something that they're offering before, you know what I mean?
Something else for sure. Yeah. Like the amount of people who are like,
even film guys, it's like, well, yeah, but then they can go work on sets as a film guy.
Mm-hmm. But like the amount of people who are like, I'll teach you to be rich. And you're like, are you rich? And I go, no.
I will be if you enough people sign up for my course.
If you sign up for my course, I will be, but currently it's not.
It feels a lot like that. It feels a lot like a guy teaching you how to be rich and he's not rich.
Yeah, you know, okay.
Because you're like, pick your thing. You're like, I don't know, I'll be like, you probably, one of your things is, you know, pick what your thing is. And you're like, first year, you're like, I'll be a finance influencer. You're like, yep, see no problem with that. Do you know anything about finance? No, I actually go to influencer school. So
fake it till you make it.
It's really fake it till you make it. Yeah. Like most of the people that I know that are popular on the internet have something else that they did. Even like our friends that are like business guys, like a Chris Williamson or that kind of realm. It's like, yeah, then they were successful in something else first.
For sure. They have some sort of, something that you care about.
You can, like most of the things, I was kind of talking about this with...
unless you want to be like the freak show influencers, that you don't have to have any skill.
Right. So they're just like if you're like... first class
eat a bunch of gross stuff.
I mean, and they're not going to, they're not going to say the things that you should do. It's like first girl. It's like, first off, like every girl here, like you're going to want to figure out a way to get a point hotter.
Yeah, get
like, they're not going to say the shit that they really should say.
No, go, how comfortable are you with showing your asshole, just the edge of it, in a very tight thong?
I mean, we're about a fucking year away from OnlyFans at school.
Probably. OnlyFans school.
That's the true dystopia.
Yeah.
When girls are coming out of high school and going to OnlyFans school.
It's like it's instead of like what is like cosmetology school? It's like OnlyFans school.
Well, it is funny because I think I had an article about this, but basically the AI, speaking of your AI thing, the AI bots are like, they have all these programs that are like AI programs that respond to the OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And they were saying it's an issue because they're taking all the Indian guys' jobs. And they actually were talking about it. And it's funny. It always makes me laugh how open these conversations are, where they're just like, and this is a job that Indians were doing, and now we're going to have the computer programs doing it. It's like, is no one going to stop and be like, so how does any guy sign up for a thing and be like,
you ever talk to an Indian guy to an AI bot?
I mean, I guess that's better.
Yeah, I guess. And you're just like, I don't know.
Do you know what they said? They go, technically, it doesn't wreck the terms of service because they type the things and a human's still pressing send. So the AI has to do it, but they still have to hire an Indian guy to press send on them.
Oh, okay. So that's something. You don't want to put don't want to put them completely out of work.
I mean, it really is fraud, and I don't think they're going to do it. But I guess that's on you. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're stupid enough.
I mean, if you're such a simp where you're talking to you're like jacking off talking to a robot. I don't know.
I'd rather be jacking off talking to a robot than some fucking dude in Abu Dhabi,
or Philippines, or some shit.
It's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
So, anyways, they're a week away from OnlyFans school, but influencer school has started. But if they were saying we're going to teach social media, but they already have that, and then you go and work for, a big corporation and you do their social media, they have to do their posts or whatever, and you pretend you're an expert and really.
But generally, the people who they hire is someone who figured out social media on their own.
There's half and half. There's a lot of places that do have like a guy that went to school for that. Again, we used to always say this when we were doing music. We used to always say that like for social media stuff, like hiring some social media expert, you'd be 10 times better just picking a random 16-year-old.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I mean,
because the technology changes so quick. Like, this is just a job for 16-year-olds.
And you need someone who's just like on the internet all day
and understands the new things. The problem is most people, when they have jobs, they don't like to adapt. Like, most people, when you hire them, they don't want to adapt to the new thing really quickly.
Yeah.
So it's like your best bet would be hire a 16-year-old who knows all the new sites right now.
A fucking intern, and you're like, that's our social media intern or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah,
exactly. And then if you pay $50,000 a year, that's a ton for like a 16-year-old.
Amazing. I love it.
Yeah. So, but this is the crazy part, because it's even worse than what you thought. Because what you think is, okay, people are going to influencing school, it's retarded. You know what I mean? Unless you're like a hot girl, maybe.
Or at least if it's just like production school and they just renamed it. It's like film production renamed kind of thing.
No, it's not. Because guess what? I'll tell you what the courses are. Some of the things students are learning on their path to be the next big thing on TikTok, battling misinformation. Well, the perfect ring light and learning to increase likes are skills most influencers want to gain. The University of Texas teamed up with UNESCO to tackle a much bigger issue: online misinformation. So you get there and you're just like, all right, when do I start my influencing? And then they're just like, well, we have bigger fish to fry.
All your first 10 tests are just like spot the misinformation.
So they're training you to be like, they're trying to train like an army of Harry Sissons, I guess.
I guess, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's...
University of Texas, I wouldn't have thought would be the most,
I mean, I guess
lit
it's like,
place either.
No. Oh, no, I think it is. I think I've heard it's pretty... Because it is in Austin.
Avoiding pitfalls, another topic that future influencers are learning about, the legal and financial troubles they can run into. So it's all about like...
Just don't do misinformation, basically.
Don't do misinformation.
Slander,
don't do slander. Like, what the fuck is this?
I mean, I guess...
this is, I guess, if you wanted to really go to school for nothing and just like party for 3 years.
Yeah, well, this isn't a degree. This is just a course, I imagine. If you're getting a fucking degree in influencing, that is insane. You're like, save the $150,000.
Well, if they're not getting degrees in influencing now, they're going to be getting degrees in influencing at some point. Like, people have,
that's crazy.
All these things eventually. Is that not nuts?
That's fucking
crazy.
crazy.
Think about all the people that are popular right now from Toronto, comedy-wise. We can probably think of like 10 to 15 that have like done really well. A lot of them are our little friends, like Jay, Nima. A lot of the people that are popular are from our little squad. Did any of them go to the comedy school?
No.
Anyone?
So.
Steph Tola's pretty popular. Did she go to the comedy school?
I think she might have.
So maybe one.
K. Trevor Wilson from
So there's a
Letterkenny, but I believe so. The comedy school, they had a deal where they would actually, because like I don't know if it does. The comedy
Yeah,
school
the comedy school didn't help, but they hooked you up with.
But does the comedy school still exist?
Probably.
So
It's Humber College.
A Humber comedy program. I don't know if it still exists. Comedy writing performance.
But basically, when you did that,
But so they used to have a thing where they would like someone would be doing well in Toronto in comedy, and then they would literally be like, "You can come for free. Come do our thing for free because we just want to say you went here."
yeah. So
they
some
would
of
do-
it, you're like, these guys didn't really go.
Yeah,
here.
they didn't like really go. They were just like, "Hey, we'll just give you like a scholarship," and then kind of deal. Yeah, I mean, you are not gonna do well going to Humber Comedy School. I mean, nobody. It was the biggest thing where everybody's like, these guys like when we were doing it, they're like, they never actually do comedy.
It's crazy.
I mean, there's no comedy industry in Canada.
What is this?
Yeah, I'm like, this is like the fakest thing on earth.
So, we know what, we should make a quick announcement so for the Christmas, we are doing a Patreon only Christmas special next week because everyone's taking the week off. So we are doing an episode, but it's going to be on the Patreon only.
Yeah.
And we were going to do, a lot of Patreon people sent us questions for this James Sexton interview we were going to do. If people know who this is, NYC top lawyer.
Divorce lawyer.
And we were talking to him. We were going to do an
divorced
interview.
him.
Yes. He
divorced us.
he disrespected us on a level that is...
Yeah, this guy's fucking...
I feel embarrassed with how much this guy got
this
us.
guy's fucking the puppet master, just playing his fucking...
He played us like a fucking fiddle, man.
Yeah.
Gotta get this guy disbarred. So people, we told everyone in the Patreon, gave us a bunch of questions. We were going to do this interview. So 3 weeks ago, I guess Danny was like, oh, maybe this guy. And I think he followed one of us. So it's like, want to do the podcast? He goes, yes, we set a time. And then he messages the next day, and we all block off our schedule. He messages the next day, and he was like, oh, I actually can't. I got called into court.
He had COVID one time.
Then we call. Then the second time he goes, okay, I'm sick. We said a third time, and then after the third time he goes, I got called into court today.
Yeah.
So we're just like, and each of these times, by the way, we like, Johnny comes in, he's at $8,000 an hour.
Yeah.
And then, so Johnny's $8,000 an hour.
Patreon.com/theboyscast.
We come in, and after the second time, we're just like, want to try this again? Like,
Yeah.
we started, honestly, you know what he did? He just spit on us. And then this is after 2 weeks. I go, all right.
I'm divorcing my wife because of him. I didn't want to have to do it.
Buddy, I literally came back from Vegas. So then the fourth fucking time we go, okay, we'll do it. He goes, how early can you do it? We said we're going to do it at like 10. I'm coming back from Vegas. I've been gone for like 3 days. I get back super late at night. So I get back late at night. I start going through all the questions, go to sleep at like 2. I have to wake up at 8. I haven't slept in like a long time. And then also I'm on West Coast time at this point. And then we wake up in the morning, I'm on the way here.
Probably 10 minutes before.
And he goes, it was probably like 20 minutes before. And he goes, had to go into court again. I'm like, how does even court even work like that?
I don't know.
I don't even get it.
I guess you get called into court. I don't know.
What if you decide to sleep in them? Are you on call?
I guess.
Where they go, you might have to come into court. I can understand if you're like a public defender.
I have no idea. I have no clue.
I have no idea what happened. I just feel like the guy took it.
We tried. God knows.
We're not. There is no fifth try with that guy. I'll tell you that much.
No, there will be no more trying.
By the way, this guy's not even more popular than us. It's one thing if you go, we're trying to do interviews with like, we're potentially having who's a
Trump.
famous person, Donald Trump, on the podcast, and the thing is, if I ever canceled on someone twice,
I'd be like,
I didn't even say that. And I go, okay, well, we're already at the studio. Let us know how long your thing is, and we'll just wait for you. And then he never responded to that. You know what I would do? If I ever, maybe I'm too fucking nice or something, but if I ever had...
Yeah, I don't think you have what it takes to be a cutthroat New York City lawyer, Ryan.
I know, right?
Yeah, you're too nice.
Helping these gold diggers get the bag.
Yeah, dude, you got to be fucking cutthroat.
You have to really not give a shit. Because if I ever canceled on someone like that, and if I booked them a third time, let alone a fourth, then I woke up and had like any sort of emergency where I had to cancel, I would literally call and be like, yo, dude, I'm so fucking sorry.
Oh.
Like, yo, if you can wait, as soon as I'm done this, I'll call you.
Yeah.
I would be like over the moon apologetic
it would
if I
be insane.
ever did. And I would have like a pit in my stomach if I had
feel
to.
so bad.
If I had to cancel someone on a third time like that, I would be fucking like.
Oh yeah.
I would have a pit in my stomach at how
you're like, I'm so
ashamed I was that I had to do that.
Well, I just feel bad. Yeah.
I would be like, dude, I'm so sorry. Like, what do you need to do? Hey, I can come. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. I mean, fucking canceling that many times is crazy. Last minute.
I was like, honestly, I was like, is this guy, was this like a registered hit where he was like, let me fuck with these guys a little bit?
I don't think so.
Doesn't seem like he would do that, but I was like, what? I've never experienced any. Dude, we've had real famous people on the podcast, and people cancel and things
like
come
shit
up.
happens, but
what, 4 times in a row? What are the odds that you like wake up and you get called into court? Okay, if it's 50
every single time you have,
if it's
unless you're just
50%,
getting called into court every single day.
Well, then you wouldn't book a thing. So you got to say it's at least less than 50%. Because otherwise, why would you book anything? And if you were like, oh, let me book this thing. I'm gonna tell these guys I'm gonna come to their podcast, but there's like a 50% chance
it's not gonna happen.
It's got to be closer to like 10.
Yeah.
So then if you're like 10, it's 0.1 times 0.1 times 0.1 times 0.1. The chance of this happening 4 times or whatever, you're just like, it's statistically impossible.
No, it's not happening.
I'm telling you, he's laughing at us with someone.
We've wronged him in some way. Did we talk shit about him on a podcast sometime?
I don't think so.
I don't think I did.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing, man. When I walked in, what was the mood when I walked in and told you?
Somber.
I go, you wouldn't believe. You're not gonna fucking believe it.
I believed it.
And Danny goes, I did believe
Yeah,
it.
I do believe it. I was kind of expecting it for whatever reason.
Well, yeah, I wasn't surprising. But then at night, at like 11 p.m., I message him again and I go, just to confirm tomorrow, like if you're canceling, like let us know now because I'm fucking on 4 hours sleep and I have to go through all this shit tomorrow.
I'd rather not have to wake up early.
Yeah, right. And then he goes, no, good to go. See you in the morning. And then within 5 hours, he fucking. So he's on the bad list for the boys cast.
Yeah,
you're not going to be seeing him here.
Coal in his stocking.
Exactly. If anything, we need to find his rival and get him on. The rival divorce lawyer. He must have a rival that we can get on.
Yeah, the second best divorce lawyer.
Yeah, and I've never seen anything like that in all our years of podcasting, which has been 5 years now.
It was.
Dude, it literally felt like you're like, you find out after, and he was like, yeah, back in the day, you fucked my wife.
Yeah,
like, you know
honestly,
what I mean?
it feels like there's some sort of big reveal coming that we just cannot, that we're not seeing here.
So, Danny, I was hoping you could tell me about this drone business. Because I live you live, both of us live like on the water. Everyone says the drones are in New York. The obvious.
They're mostly in
New
Jersey.
The most.
But they had a bunch of them over LaGuardia last week.
But I'm looking for these everywhere. I couldn't see them anywhere.
They're not really in New York City. They're mostly in New Jersey. They've mostly been in New Jersey. There's a lot of theories going on. Like the government. They're definitely the government's drones. There's no way.
It seems like that's the obvious.
They have
answer.
to be because the government's just like there's nothing to worry about. There's no laws being broken. They're just like.
What do you think they're looking for? Nuclears, people would say.
That was the theory.
And apparently they're walking around. They're going around looking for the nuclear energy and trying to be like, hey, there's a pocket. They do that in the shows a lot. So
yeah.
I'm very
24.
I'm familiar with this kind of
By
shit.
the way, I watched for season 1 of Designated Survivor. First 10 episodes good.
I told you, first season's sick.
Well, no, the first 10 episodes were good, and I go, why is the show 23 episodes or something long? It was so many episodes.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for in a show like that.
Oh my god! But they're like they fucking
Keith Sutherland only does shows that have 24 episodes a season. Man.
Dude,
That's
they
his thing.
literally just dick around so much because, dude, there's so much just like unnecessary shit in the show because they just have to kill time.
That's true.
Like literally, the fucking director the whole time is just like stretch.
I'm watching like one episode a night. I'm not fucking cranking them like that. That's a lie.
Well, I cranked them a lot. Well, I cranked them yesterday when I was sick.
What I do is every 2 weeks, I fucking crank out like 9 episodes in a row and I stay up till 7 a.m.
Yeah, well, that's what I did yesterday. I was just kind of
one more. I go, one more.
Sick, just
Try one more.
Watching them, but then I was
like you with food.
Yeah, I'm not. I will not be watching season 2.
Just skip the number 4 and watch that, just so you can get the full experience.
Go to the trip.
A lot of people messaged that they agreed with me that it got crazy, and there were some people that was like, I thought I was being gaslit.
Yeah.
Anyways,
yeah, the drone stuff is they're looking for, the theory was they're looking for some sort of They were saying that like maybe there was like some nuclear hazard or something. There was like this guy that went super viral was like worked for some drone companies. Like there was a nuclear warhead that's been lost in America. Like literally 24 shit. Like there's been a nuclear warhead lost in America. They're trying to find it, and they need to find it. And the only way they can. But then some people were like, no, like that would be done with there's special planes that detect radiation. It wouldn't be drones. Some people are like, because there's like a big drone show on New Year's this year in New York. Some people are like they're preparing for the drone. I have no idea. Like I honestly like
They really keep it tight-lipped though.
Well, the thing is, like, if it was a drone show,
They would just say that.
they would just say that,
So it's not that.
right? And they're specifically being like, it's not an enemy threat. Now I think they said you can't shoot them down, even though I don't think anybody has. But I have no clue. It is weird, like.
Yeah, that's where I was I read this story and I was just like, what you said is probably what's happening, but also I'm like, one of those things where you go, all you can do is speculate. You'll probably never find out what the fucking
Yeah, you'll never
thing
find
is.
out. I mean, it makes
These things are stories are not that interesting to me because you're just like, I don't know, I guess I could guess what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I guess it makes the most sense that, and maybe not makes the most sense, but if they had to find like some nuclear thing or whatever, and that's what these things do, which is what this guy was saying, then they would just have to do it out in the open. And then when people ask, they're like, well, we can't tell you what we're doing because it would cause a panic. So we can't say that's what we're doing because then everybody would panic. Like if you live in New York City, you'd be like, well, okay, so that they're going to nuke New York City, like it would be insane, which is what. So then, but they still have to do it because they're like, if they have to find this shit, so then they're just doing it and they're like, don't worry.
The government's not very good at being conspicuous these days. With
No,
the internet.
but
People are onto their shit a little.
Yeah, but then Trump's just like, they know what it is 100%. There's no way they don't know what it is. So I don't know. They just choosing to do it. Not
so that was probably my least favorite story of the week. And, and I know that it kind of seemed interesting, but
and then they went away and they came back and they only come out at night, which.
But I did think the CNN thing was sort of interesting with the Syria.
I mean, the second time this chick's got popped for fucking faking shit. She was.
Could you tell people what happened?
So it was Clarissa Ward, and then she basically went Syria. She went to some like prison in Syria, and like basically there was this dude in like a cell, and like she got him out, and he was like. She's like, oh, he's like
it was a big like press junket for her.
And he's like some rebel who has been tortured or whatever, all this stuff, and got him out. And he's like crying and he's like kissing her and stuff for like.
But he had clean fingers.
But he was like, yeah, clean fingers.
Shaven.
Yeah, clean shaven. His clothes weren't like tattered or anything. And then they were like, yeah, that guy's like one of Assad's like biggest like torturers essentially. And you guys just fucked it up. But then she was the same chick after October 7th happened. They did this like hit where she was like laying down and bombs were going off, but you could hear like the CNN producer like coaching her how to act. It was like fake. And they had literally added like audio,
real fake news, actual
yeah,
fake
like
news.
literally like the shit I do, like literal real fake news, actual fake news. So this is the second time she's been popped for something in literally like a year.
That's wild.
Yeah. But so they're like, yeah, you were kissing a torturer. Like notorious dude who like tortured people, and she's just like, well, it was real. She's like, we didn't know, and you know the interaction was real. He was pumped to be released, but you're like, well, what was he doing in the cell? He was there for fucking 2 days.
Yeah, it does feel like CNN just gets. I guess if you're her, you're kind of like, ooh, you're not like.
Well, she's
not
just like,
gonna look
hello,
into it.
another Pulitzer.
Yeah, they like to have him.
Well, he gave a fake name, and you're like, there is a language thing, and she's probably like, I don't know. He said his name was this, and then everybody in Syria is like, yeah, that guy's like the worst dude. Not some political prisoner.
Yeah, gave him a fake name, and then what happened to him now? Do you know?
I have no clue.
He's just on the dole now.
I don't know. I mean, I imagine the rebels fucking tore him apart in fucking town square or some shit. I have no idea. I mean, I can't imagine he got much further than that before someone was like, "Hey, it's that guy that tortured my brother." And that was that. She goes, "Oh, that's weird. Why are they killing the guy who was a rebel? Why are the rebels killing another rebel?" I don't know. But then CNN had to like be like, oh, whoops, we fucked up again.
Sure.
Yeah, people don't. At this point, people are like, yeah, it's fair game. Happens to the best of them, CNN.
Oh, God. I can't turn this off 1 second.
Is it the lawyer?
No, it's fucking, I usually...
Does he want to come back on? No, thanks, pal.
Yeah, not invited.
Not invited.
Invitation revoked.
Invitation.
Definitely an invitation. I forgot to mention the craziest part. He's about a block from us. That's the craziest part. His office is a block from us.
That's good shit.
I feel like Elon Musk wouldn't screw you over that much.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, Elon Musk would make it happen.
No, I've heard of people, interview. Definitely a lot of people have interviewed big people where you're like, hey, we'll just be at the studio. We're on call. You finish your stuff. We'll wait here. Whenever you're done,
for
you're
sure.
done.
We'll work around your schedule.
Yeah, that happens a lot of times. You
Yeah.
try to be, but oh my God.
Try to be flexible, but this is ridiculous.
Yeah, it was one of those things you almost had to laugh because otherwise we just got punked so hard that like you just accept we're the biggest bitches in the universe. Or option two is you think it's funny.
Yeah, it's really the only option, I think.
I'll tell you, we got another parents news though. I took my so anyways, the moral of that whole story was
CNN
we're doing a
fake news.
Patreon episode, an extra long Patreon episode on Christmas week, and then we'll be back to normal scheduling.
So
the
sign
next
up for the
week.
Patreon.
Yeah, if you want to check out that episode. But we got wacky parents news.
Wacky parents news.
Well, I always like wacky parents news. I took my 6-year-old to an adults-only museum. This is how it went. So basically, it's just a museum where it's got like walls of vaginas and stuff like
the
that.
vagina wall is the controversial thing. It's,
But it
it's
just-
150 labias.
Just so insane, like writing the article. It's one thing if you're just like, hey, I'm gonna go to the fucking cock museum, and you go, and then after you go, you know
bringing my
what?
6-year-old to
I'm gonna
the
bring
cock.
my fucking 6-year-old to the cock museum.
Yeah, are
and
you
then
guys
afterwards you
triggered?
go, and then I'm gonna write an article about bringing my
And the whole
6-year-old.
thing is like, are you triggered reading this that I brought my fucking 6-year-old to the cock museum? How does that make you feel, huh?
Yeah, it's sort of like having an aunt that's just like over the top, where she's just like, just so you know, my 6-year-old smokes. And you go, okay. And you go, yeah, that's right. We light them up.
Yeah.
Light them up,
Smoke 'em
Stacey.
if you got 'em.
Yeah, and on top of that, my 6-year-old smokes, and we watch porn together. And
Yeah.
you're just like,
And if you don't like
"Right."
it,
You go, well, it's good seeing you.
it's basically a feminist mom.
It's feminist. She's
this-
feminist mom.
She is literally feminist mom.
It's feminist mom,
Yeah,
100%.
Stare at the vaginas.
It's a son too.
Yeah, just-
Mom, I don't want to stare at the vagina. See, they're all different.
Jeez, look at that one. Look at those meat curtains, huh?
They're all way different.
Yeah, they're all way different.
Yeah, how you like that? That's the voice. I forgot. I had a good feminist mom voice. Yeah,
This literally is the feminist mom.
that was my best feminist mom line. Was that babies happen when sex happens between a trans man and a trans woman, or a man, trans woman and a man, and a trans man and a woman, or in some cases, even a man and a woman. That's a hard one to get, but I had it down. Yeah. Then another thing.
No,
Mom, can I stop looking at vaginas? No.
it's literally like Clockwork Orange, where they fucking tape the eyes open.
Yeah, they
stare at them.
Just 2 6-year-old twin sons with their eyes taped over.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. You see that?
Look at that. That's what a woman.
That's actually what a woman's body looks
What are
like.
you freaked out, huh? You shouldn't be.
Yeah,
It's a patriarchy's making you freaked out. You go, I don't really,
Mom, I don't want to do this
I don't
anymore.
really get what I'm looking at here.
I wanted to see it and all of its reasons. I wanted Grace to see it, so it is her daughter. Officially titled
Well, for now.
Cunts and Other Conversations. Bleep that, Johnny. You go, oh yeah, what are you guys doing for the Christmas festivities? It's like, well, I took my daughter to Cunts and Other Conversations.
Okay, we just went and got some apple cider down at the mill.
Thinking about going skating, maybe?
Yeah, maybe go for a skate, you know.
Dude, if you're a dad that took your daughter to like fucking Dixon, or
it's like
dad.
you're on a list, man. They're taking your kid.
Well, I
from
guess
you.
this is woman taking her daughter, so it'd be dad taking his son.
To the Cox thing.
Cock museum.
Cock museum. That'd be questionable.
Cocks and conversations.
It would be very questionable.
I mean, that's one of those things where if she's divorced, the husband is like, fuck, maybe I need to try to get custody of this thing.
Yeah, he goes, fuck, I shouldn't have given up so easily on this whole custody thing.
Yeah,
if it wasn't
really.
for that damn
Well,
hotshot
she-
New York City lawyer who took him from me.
Well, he gave up the custody because he wasn't expecting Trump to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
He don't forget. He gave, actually, 6-year-old daughter, so no.
No.
He gave up the custody in the thick of it.
Yeah.
So that was on him.
You done fucked up.
You done fucked up. 151 porcelain statues of vulvas cast from real women. So basically a porn museum
Those
kind of
two
thing.
good ones.
You could see this is the thing that like the stepdad takes the son to like the Jenna Jameson Museum. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the cool stepdad. He goes, you smoke? You wanna?
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I don't really want
The doctors say it's bad for you. They don't know fucking shit. Yeah, doctors, what they don't know could fill a book.
Yeah, they said the COVID vaccine was good for you too. Have a cig.
Crack my beer for me. That's my favorite. I had my buddy who was like an alcoholic. He was 40 and we were like 25, and he had a son that was 18, and they were in the van together. And my two favorite lines were always that it was Gary, and then he
Gary.
goes, his son, he goes, Dad, can I have some money? He goes, what? You already just ate. And he goes, I don't have any more money. And he goes, how'd you just buy beer? He goes, you know, beer doesn't count. And then his son goes, I'm thirsty. His son's like 17 or 18, probably like 17, I think, because he was underage. And he goes, his dad passed him a beer, and he goes, Dad, can I was like half sleeping in the van, and I just heard, Dad, can I have something other than beer?
Wasn't that like he only
That's
drank
this guy.
chocolate milk?
Yeah, he only drank chocolate milk and beer. Hasn't had a solid shit in his fucking whole life.
Oh, that'd be tough on the gut.
My buddy, this guy was wild. He's like our age now, which is funny.
Well, the son?
No, him.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's like, it's funny to think at the time, like, he felt like,
I know.
He's like a deadbeat dad, but he's just like our age now.
Seems like a good dad to me. Fucking beer and chocolate milk.
Dad, can I have something other than beer? You know beer doesn't count. According to the description, the artwork aims to highlight the diversity of female genitalia. So you see them, they're not all white.
Yeah.
You've only seen mine. I need you to see the other ones. Challenging societal.
Some of them are gross.
Challenging societal and perceptions of the female body, Grace was fascinated and asked a lot of age-appropriate questions.
What's an age appropriate?
I have no idea what an age-appropriate question at the Vagina Museum looks like.
151 vulvas.
But this is the even reason that I picked this article, because I thought this is my favorite part. Visiting the Mona with your kids, what to skip. So for the moms reading this, she says what to skip. Cloaca, aka the poop machine. Grace hated the smell. There's
a poop machine? Is that just like how food gets turned into poop?
For some reason there's a poop machine.
I like the poop machine.
The poop machine is the only thing that is actually reasonable for a kid.
Yeah, you ever wonder what happens to your food? And how
They
it turns into
have a poop machine that makes actual poop. There's nothing much more to say. She didn't really like the smell of poo. I didn't get it. I don't want to.
You don't get it? What do you mean you don't get it?
There was only one curtained off adult section. So she says don't go to the actual porn section.
Yeah, you don't need the wall of vulvas. Of course, it's by a dude, by the way. The
wall of vulvas by a dude?
By Greg Taylor.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
This guy probably
Greg Taylor
thinks
Yeah, again, he's like, I'm just going to take 151 sculptures of vulvas from your woman.
All I need is 151
He just walks around the mall being like, would you like to be in an art
I'd like to
exhibit?
scout you.
Would you want to be in an art exhibit?
I'm a sculptor. What kind of sculptures?
We're just going to take plaster molds of your vagina.
I'll get back and we'll see.
Yeah, just do.
Greg's got to be a real perv doing the vagina wall.
Hey, man. Don't hate the player, hit the game.
So he says skip the actual porn section.
Okay.
So there you go. And the poop machine.
Poop machine's a good one. I like the poop machine.
Poop machine's kind of funny.
Yeah.
And then there was another family drama, but Taylor Swift hating husbands can't deal with their wife's devotion, and it's leading to divorce.
I mean, she's just such a girl boss.
She's such a girl boss.
If you can't handle Taylor Swift, then you might not be able to have a wife.
As I became outspoken on her relationships and my feelings, this is the New York Post, her music was often blamed. Like maybe I was listening to too much Taylor Swift and ruminating about her problems. And I think what's actually happened, I mean, you could definitely see that happening a little bit. It's like the guy that just like cranked way too much Andrew Tate and comes home and is like, there's going to be some changes.
Yeah, we're not listening
here.
to fucking Taylor Swift anymore.
Well, because Taylor Swift, every song is like, this guy's the smallest man in the world and all that sort of shit. Like, she has a breakup every day and that's their hero, right?
I know. And her whole lyrics are all just like, leave your man.
So this guy's, the girl's coming home like chest puffed out, ready to give it to the guy. And the guy is noting that like you come back from your Taylor Swift incursions and you are a little looking for problems.
Yeah, you've had a couple of fucking Cosmos and you're looking to fight. And you go, this isn't healthy.
I mean, you could definitely see what,
Yeah. I mean, guys are probably like, this is not great for my relationship. It's like,
it's just funny getting radicalized by Taylor Swift.
It's like I spent $5,000 for you to go to the concert with our daughter.
It's expensive, man.
Oh, man.
Okay, let's see. TikTok has I picked up Taylor Swift. TikTok has a whole hashtag that's Taylor Swift songs about hating men.
Okay. That's fine. I mean, I thought that was kind of her whole deal. Doesn't she have multiple songs about that?
Hey, this is a funny one. There's a Reddit thread, Taylor Swift, the top comment. Hey, is there any Taylor Swift song lyrics for when you're being attacked and hated on? The funniest ones is...
Like you're getting attacked on the subway. Is there any Taylor Swift
All right, let's see.
lyrics you can
Does
use
Taylor Swift hate men? Top comment. No.
No. She loves men. She's with Travis Kelce.
Well, anyways, so apparently that the Taylor Swift groupies are coming home with a chip on their shoulder for sure.
You don't want to get on the wrong side of a fucking Taylor Swift groupie. They are empowered.
That's true,
They're
man.
so empowered.
Hey, maybe you can make dinner tonight. What the fuck did you say to me?
What the fuck?
She's coming and knocked the hat off
Oh
your
man,
head.
if she comes home from a Taylor Swift concert and you don't have fucking dinner waiting on the table, she's fucking putting a cig out on your arm, just a lit cigarette.
Yeah, 100%. She's coming home from the, especially the after party where her and her friends went to the local bar so they could get jazzed up. They bachelorette party style, matching T Swift outfits. Comes home like, what the fuck are you looking at?
Nothing, honey. I made you your favorite. It's cold.
She starts sleeping like she just decided she's gonna sleep spread out, take up more space. You're just fucking huddled up in the corner there. Another woman, Sarah, officially walked out on her husband in June. Her friends surprised her with a post-divorce trip to the Swift Eras tour. So Swift is becoming... I'm sure this is, most girls are probably like Taylor Swift without it being the end of the world.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's... seems like there's a subset of girls that Swift gets them hyped up.
Yeah. But I mean, again, a lot of times the divorces... The guys aren't hating it either.
Yeah, this guy was...
There's a lot of guys who are like, dodged one right there.
I'm glad.
There's some dudes who are like, thank God for Taylor Swift.
Hey, check this Swift song out. It's about it,
Because probably Taylor Swift is very much like, get divorced, don't take half the money. Like, you don't need
You
his
don't
money.
even need his money.
You don't need his money. You're a fucking girl boss. Don't take half the money. Don't take half the assets. Don't make it a real messy divorce. Don't do any of that stuff.
Yeah,
You're a fucking
that's what you
girl
think?
boss, yeah.
I think the ideal world.
Yeah, in an ideal world, sure.
That'd be funny. Yeah, you pay Swift to write a song about how many big money moves for like a big billionaire to pay Taylor Swift to release a new song about how women should never ask for alimony.
You don't need
Never, ever, ever ask for alimony.
you don't need no alimony. Be doing the dogs a favor.
If you don't get alimony, put your hands up. I'm telling, that would be a huge move if someone could ever pull that off. Get Swift lyrics about how
Or you could hypnotize her or something.
just walk out of his house, leave everything behind.
Ryan knows a lot of Taylor Swift songs.
I just made that one up.
Oh, okay.
That's a skill that I have.
Right.
Which one's that? I don't think that's one. I'm just saying, you leave everything behind. Don't even pack a bag, just leave. That would be the ultimate if men could infiltrate Taylor Swift songs and starting to get
They need to make her like a Manchurian Candidate kind of deal where they just hypnotize her into
hypnotize Taylor Swift.
being one of the dogs,
Hypnotize Taylor Swift into, a boss bitch gets ready on time.
Never late.
Birthday presents are for sad bitches. And then I just thought Huffington Post did a funny one where they said, how to not freak out every time there's something bad on the news.
Oh.
One thing it's interesting is I feel like there is a lot of articles like this popping up. So it was more of like a general trend, less than this article. Whereas a lot of, there's been some, but I felt like lately there's been like a ton.
There's been a lot.
And
I
I think
covered a similar article to
but it is interesting. Like they are moving away a little bit from the tell the world to change of being like, all right, we're gonna have to actually engage.
turn off, or just hey, you can just turn off your phone.
Well, the advice is nothing. It goes take a walk.
Take a walk.
You go.
Go walk. Yeah, good advice. To be honest, good advice. Normally, I'm like,
who doesn't know that?
Normally, this advice is dog shit, but you're like, yeah, I guess if you need to be told to just go outside.
Well, they're saying what to do if the news is screwing you up, and you're just like, and you're like, okay, bring it in.
Yeah.
Stop watching the news.
Right.
And you're like, what the? Hey, let me write that down.
Well,
did you think of that?
5 years ago, it was like, oh, is the news making you upset? Chop your kid's dick off.
You should go be protesting. Like,
Yeah.
You know what it used to be? It's like, is the news making you mad? Good, you should be mad.
Yeah, you should be mad. Go trans your kid. Now it's like, you know what? Just turn that shit off. Take a walk.
So then that's kind of the point I was making, that there is a little bit of a shift, the vibe shift on that front that I thought was interesting.
They've capitulated. They're defeated people right here.
Yeah, they are defeated people.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what? I guess I got to worry about myself now.
You have lost.
There's got to be a better way than sounding the alarm every single time a deranged Trump-related story drops. She said, it's unhealthy and unsustainable. It's a bit of a different tone from what you got 5 years ago, right?
Yeah, that sounds like a defeated person right there.
Yeah, it is
This
literally...
will be my final article.
It is
will be
the-
my last listicle.
Yeah, it is the girl like that's dating the abusive guy 5 years in, sort of saying like, maybe I should stop going to his house.
Yeah. She goes, "Hey, you know what? I don't think I'm going to change him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should just maybe just cut things off.
Yeah, I don't think the world's going to change their entire,
No.
we need you know what? I don't think human nature is going to change as quick as I thought it would.
No.
We need to find a way to stay informed without spiking cortisol and losing sight of the bigger picture. I'm just not sure how. Well, people need to remind themselves just because news is available, you aren't required to consume it. See what I'm saying?
Hey.
You can gauge your personal limit and clock out when need to. We asked journalists and others in the news-heavy fields how they cope. So this is their, big advice. They say go outside, focus on things that you can control.
Sure, all good advice.
It's like they're like one step
Did a
away from being
man write
stoic.
this?
Actually, I should find out who wrote this. That's a good question.
No way a man wrote this.
No, Brittany Wong.
Yeah,
No, but it's a Chinese person.
that's something.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is something.
Not a man, but Chinese
man.
person,
Yep.
which means maybe
Very practical.
Well, yeah, I was thinking,
pragmatic person.
a tiny bit less likely to be like a crazy white lib.
That's true. That's true.
She might have got she might be getting like the other chicks coming up to her and be like, what the fuck is this,
What?
Brittany?
I just read your thing. What the hell?
Yeah, what are you telling people?
I'm trying to get fired up when I read shit. I'm trying to spike my cortisol.
Yeah, not to mention we are the news. Stop telling people to stop reading the news.
Yeah.
We're not. Huffington Post calling them news, I think, is a crazy
Yeah,
thing.
it's a bit generous.
Set a bedtime for your phone. Yeah, this is like
It's normal.
like one step away from like productivity advice.
Yeah. This is Chris Williamson wrote this shit.
So the one thing I just wanted to ask you that we haven't mentioned, because you were very big on the blue sky stuff.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that it said like the users have gone down a lot. It feels like which was the alternative to Twitter, the like kind of lib alternative to Twitter.
Sure.
Feels like it's died down a little bit. It also feels like I keep seeing that they have like a lot of pedo content and there's no moderators. What's kind of like the update right now?
I don't know. You know what? I haven't checked in. I was more so just like when it was happening. I was saying, it could theoretically make it work. I mean, there are some people.
Well, you were pretty big on it.
Well, I wasn't big on it. I was just
Loving
saying,
it.
I was worried. Not worried.
You say
but-
that's where you got your fix.
Yeah, that's where I got my fix. I was just saying, it's like Twitter's not good if it's just like fucking all the people are on one thing and all on the other. But it seems like, I mean, some people have left and have not come back. A lot of people just post on both, it seems. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it feels like the users are way down and the buzz has dried up and it didn't really stick as much as people thought it would.
Yeah, the crazy thing is that fucking scam stock that is still not
wild.
Still at like 30 cents or something, which makes no sense because they're like, it's an unrelated company completely. And it's still up like 8 times. Makes literally 0 sense. But I don't know. I go on there like occasionally. But I don't know. I don't know if people are sticking. I think Keith Olbermann said he left and then he keeps coming back.
So they need their buzz.
Yeah, they just can't.
They're not getting the same buzz from Twitter.
No, they don't. Well, they can't. There's no like fighting. That's the problem. Is there's no real fighting on. Like if you're addicted to like the fight, just like arguing with people and saying salacious shit, you're just like, if he goes and is like fuck Trump on Blue Sky, everybody's just like, yeah.
And he's like, ugh.
Yeah, like nobody's disagreeing with him, and he goes,
it's kind of
like trigger some people.
It's like walking into like a family gathering, and you're like, you hear the fucking this idiot Trump did, and everyone's like, yeah, that guy's an idiot, and you're like, all right,
yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, he is an idiot.
It'll be
the worst, and you're
yeah.
Should we call?
Yeah, should we check?
You know what? Maybe we should invite.
Yeah.
The Trump cousin.
So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know the actual stats though, but it certainly had its moment. Whether it holds on, I have no clue.
Well, happy holidays, everyone. We did an extra long episode where we went through tulpas. We went through a bunch of tulpa Reddits, best quotes and stuff like
some
that.
wild ones
for the next week, and then we'll be back to regular scheduled programming right after that. Happy holidays, everybody.
Peace.
See you guys.